Does anyone have an intro that they want to do?
I have a huge thing that I need to mention. No, it's not huge. I have something to say. I have something to say to you, Ro, specifically. Before this episode begins.
You know what? I think we're
confrontation.
I don't know what this is.
I'm sorry for the absolute fucking red herring I accidentally gave you from my notes about bikini.
I felt so bad.
I'm so sorry. I was genuinely just like, oh no, they're going to be fatphobic about this character, and it got so out of hand.
And the thing is, they never were. No one had a bad thing to say about Bikini aside from the fact that she was old. And I saw that and I ran with it because this game has set me up to expect nothing but failure.
Well, from me to you, friend, I apologize.
Thank you, Devin. I feel like I have something I need to say too. Hera?
Uh-oh.
Here's the thing. You and me were in a battle of wits last episode trying to figure out which one of us was closest to the solution of this case. And I feel like if we had put our heads together and somehow mushed our jigsaw pieces into a single cohesive puzzle, we would have solved this thing top to bottom. If we took every theory that I had and every theory that you had and somehow stuck them into a single theory, I think there is a way we could have figured it out.
I realized that my prediction was wrong, maybe 5 minutes after we finished recording, because Jay told us that it was going to be a lot longer than I was expecting. And I knew at that moment that my prediction was completely wrong.
There were layers to it we couldn't have comprehended, but your groundedness and refusal to consider the supernatural, coupled with my desperate desire for there to be something beyond real going on in this case, it didn't line up in the ways either of us were expecting, but we had a real Mulder and Scully thing going on there for a minute. And you know what they do in that show, aside from the romance stuff, is they solve mysteries, goddammit.
They kill aliens, I think.
And they shoot aliens with guns.
I don't know, I haven't seen it.
Welcome to the podcast Turnabout Breakdown.
Welcome to the podcast Turnabout Breakdown, where we're all filled with regret from what happened at the end of last episode.
I'm not. I stand by everything.
I stand by what I believed at the time because I was firing on all cylinders in that moment.
You really were. Even reading your notes last week, Devin and I were like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Honestly.
But here's the thing.
Impressed.
The beat-by-beat moments of this case go so many different directions that even just, thinking about it now, I don't think I could give you a step-by-step walkthrough of what actually happened. Because so many different things take place that it genuinely becomes difficult to keep track of what's going on.
Wow, if only you had a talented and fabulous summary writer.
Do we want to get our intros in first?
I thought
We should probably do that, yes.
I was so ready for you to say that summary writer was Devin for this one.
I wish I could have.
I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready for that.
This podcast has two talented and fabulous summary writers, but this time it was my turn.
And two fucking stooges that try and solve a case that they don't know the answer to.
And get pretty fucking close.
But we never get
it right. I wasn't
right.
super close on this
we
one.
Weren't actually,
I get it
we weren't
right.
actually that close.
Sometimes Hera does get it right.
Sometimes Hera gets it right, yeah.
This time you were closer.
I think given all the shenanigans that go on, you were pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
I mean, I was right with the physics of crossing the bridge. I just had it.
No, you fucking weren't!
I just had it upside down.
Harry, your physics notion was that someone jumped across the bridge using the inertia.
They were catapulted. Look, we'll get into that later because I have something to say about that moment.
The bridge moment is fucking hilarious.
So fucking silly.
Okay, let's do introductions.
Hello, my name is Devon, otherwise known as Algae_Dust on the internet. I draw things sometimes. that's probably where I'm at by the time this recording comes out. I'm going to pass over to Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. You can find me on the internet. You can find me on the internet at JM Costello. Making something, probably. Who could say?
Yeah, continuing on from previous week's plug, I have now played Many Nights Whisper, the video game that Jay edited, and it's really good. True to my word,
Yay.
I did play it. Testimonial right here.
So
she gave it 5 stars on Backlogged.
That's true.
It's true.
And she has no ulterior motives for this whatsoever.
Someone complained to me because I give too many games 5 stars on Backlogged. I'm sorry for
That's
playing
fucked.
games that I enjoy.
Hera just plays good video games, is the thing.
Yeah.
I played a game that I gave 1.5 stars to like maybe a month ago, so you know it's not all great. You gotta throw
We just
in
have
some
good
things
taste,
you don't
Taylor,
like.
is the thing. We say
That's
as
just
we
how it
record a
is.
podcast about Ace Attorney.
Well, you know what? Now I can put this game on my backlogged. Now that I think about
Yeah!
Cute.
it. Check me out there and most places at Hera Chimera.
Nice segue. It's fucked that you have to rate that game 1 out of 5 stars, considering everything that we do here.
But it's half stars. It's basically 1 out of 10. I've just submitted myself to that in this world.
Tragic.
I don't have much on at the moment, so I've decided to start just recommending things that I enjoy in this space.
Oh.
Lately, I've really been enjoying the visual album Shimbangumi by Ginger Root.
It's so good.
Check it out
Me and
on
Hera
YouTube.
watched it last night. It's amazing.
It's really good. I like it a lot. And finally, Ro.
Hi, my name is Ro. You can find me online at Rodonata. I'm also not really doing much, but I do like the idea of just like recommending something fun and cool to do.
Yeah,
download Flashpoint. Go on the internet, Google Flashpoint, download Flashpoint, go through the archive of literally everything that you ever remember doing on a computer in your childhood and having a trip down memory lane. I was talking before we started recording about the Flash game Amorphous Plus, which is a game where you walk around slashing slimes with a big sword. It's very fun. That's my recommendation. Anyway, welcome to the podcast.
Hi.
Welcome to the pod.
We finished.
Wait, actually, I feel like I also need to get one more thing off my chest.
Please.
Hera didn't just make me listen to good music, she also made me listen to some of the worst music I've ever heard last night.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hera, you genuinely found a song. You found a song that made my body react in a way that it has never reacted to anything before in my life, and it genuinely frightened me.
Oh god.
I believe it was someone doing an impression of Toad from the Super Mario series, performing Frank Sinatra's My Way.
Oh wow.
It genuinely made me feel like I was gonna throw up listening to music, which is not a reaction I've ever had before.
It's a powerful art form.
Music is visceral.
Yeah, apparently. We take the good with the bad. Anyway, we finished the video game Ace Attorney.
Yeah,
3 of them.
that is true. And while we finished that case, Jay got to sit like the oracle of all knowledge, just watching the 3 of us have a breakdown.
It's like watching 3 rats navigate a maze.
I'm so happy that Devon forgot most of the things from playing this case as a wee bairn. So you having that same kind of experience as me and Hera, Devon, that's so great.
The thing is, right, is I remember all the major plot things, but not how we get there, or any of the detail, or anything else. I also am horrified that I remembered the fucking Franz Whipty whip trip. Truly disturbing that that's in my brain.
It's a weird thing to have stuck in your brain like a splinter all these years, considering everything else that
It's because it just
happens.
fucking rhymes. That's all it is. But yeah, there was so much of like, I knew there was some shenanigans. We'll get into it, but I was, yeah. Anyway. So when we left off last time, we had just finished playing as Miles Edgeworth. And at the start of this one, that's not happening anymore. And I think Jay has a summary for us.
I do. And I think it's interesting because Ro was like, oh my god, so much happened. But this is one of the shortest summaries, at least in relation to how long the case itself was, that I've ever read. So I don't know why that is, but maybe we'll
Jay is
that.
a master of writing things in a concise manner that are extremely impactful. So I'm expecting this to be a summary of 500 words that is going to have me bawling by the end.
Okay, well...
No pressure.
I'm having a lot of mixed emotions about that introduction. So I'm just gonna read it. Phoenix, still incredibly sick, returns to investigate the murder. Edgeworth goes to find out more about Iris, while Gumshoe fixes the bridge so that we can go to the inner temple. We finally find Pearl there, but the training room is locked and there's no sign of Maya. While investigating, we find that Elise was probably killed here, and at the crime scene there's a note saying Maya in blood. We also find a talisman with the mark of the Master of Crane Village on it, and Bikini admits that Elise was really Misty Faye. Before we can learn more, an earthquake hits and Edgeworth accidentally loses Iris. When they return to the inner temple, Phoenix finds it even more locked than before. After getting us up to speed on the Faye family lore, Bikini also drops that Iris is Morgan's daughter and that she's a twin. We find the murder weapon, which is a sword inside Misty's staff, and talk to Edgeworth about Dahlia, who was indeed killed by the state. Iris tells us that she was helping Dahlia since she betrayed her 11 years ago, when Dahlia orchestrated the kidnapping plot to get back at their father for throwing Morgan away when she lost the master role. Finally, we learn from Pearl that she was trying to carry out Morgan's orders to channel Dahlia on the night of the murder, but that she failed. In court, Iris confesses to being an accomplice to the murder and says she messed with Misty's body to cover up for Maya, who apparently killed Misty in self-defense. By dismantling her testimony, Phoenix proves that Misty was moved from the inner temple by swinging across the ravine, and also that the Iris in court is actually the channeled spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia says the real plan cooked up by Morgan was to kill Maya so that Pearl could become the next master. According to her timeline of events, she was channeled by Misty before Pearl could do it, and then went and tried to kill Maya, but was stabbed in return and woke up in the locked room. When Iris escaped from Edgeworth, Dahlia swapped with her and locked her inside instead. She tries to argue that Maya must be dead, and we learn that she truly wasn't in the locked room, but Godot nudges Phoenix to realize that it must be Maya who's channeling Dahlia right now. Mia appears and destroys Dahlia by pointing out she's failed at everything she ever tried to do. The judge is ready to declare Iris innocent, but Godot points out that we don't know the truth of what happened and calls Maya to the stand. Maya says that when Dahlia attacked her, there was another person there and that she could identify him by his strange cyborg visor. She tries to deny it, but Godot failed to clean up the crime scene properly, leaving the Maya note behind because he can't see the color red, a mistake only he could make. Maya tries to keep defending Godot, but we eventually spin out his tail. Awakened from a coma 5 years after being poisoned, he felt adrift with both Mia and Dahlia already out of the picture, and so dedicated himself to defeating Phoenix and keeping an eye on Maya. When he learned about Morgan's plot, he contacted Iris and Misty to set up a plot of his own that eventually ended with him stabbing Misty to stop the channeled Dahlia from killing Maya, or maybe just for his own revenge. Iris tells Phoenix that during the whole time he was dating Dahlia, she was actually standing in for her, and so there really was a second person that he didn't really know in the courtroom that day, and then we get a bunch of post-trial conversations that I'm sure we'll get to.
Great summary.
And that's the end of the Ace Attorney trilogy.
It's happened. We did it.
We did it. Firstly, a round of applause to everyone who did it.
That's all of us.
We did it. That's because we did it. So the thing that I have trouble keeping track of in this case is mainly all of the different times Dahlia's spirit had to jump around.
Yeah, fair.
Because it was Elise that channeled her initially, then went from Elise into Maya, and then locked Iris in the chamber. But I feel like there was so much conversation around that point about how, like, who was channeling who, when, and where, that I had so much trouble just keeping track of everything that was going on.
There's a lot of different, like, false stories that go on, so then, like, remembering what the true story is sometimes difficult.
I think fact of the matter is I just have a lot more trouble keeping track of new story beats when they're introduced in a trial rather than when they're introduced in the investigations.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I also think, like, Dahlia's testimony in particular is really confusing because she mentions, like, she stabbed someone and also she thinks she's getting stabbed, and it makes it quite confusing to know who she's being channeled by at any given point. And her testimony differs so much from Maya's, which I think also makes it confusing.
Okay. Introduction. Phoenix, still sick in bed, wakes up in the Hottie clinic. So... Genuine question, was it established at any point before the place that he had been to go to where he was sick in was the Hottie clinic? Or is this the first time it mentions it by name? Okay, I think me and Harrow both said what the fuck about that.
Yeah, this is the third time we have been to the Hottie clinic now.
Yes.
Look, Hottie doesn't show up, so it's the best possible outcome.
It's also really funny because it's not like they used the Hottie background. Like, it didn't need to be there, but for the assets, it's like it could have been anywhere.
We all love a callback
the people
to
love a
our
callback.
cool, normal place that we all have normal feelings about.
This is also a thing I said word for word about the post-credit sequence.
This is like a Marvel movie to me, right? Where you just like have a cameo
Yeah.
of a character, like
No,
Glupshitter
it
shows up
literally
for
is.
2 seconds.
The idea of a Marvel movie, but the callbacks are all from within the same movie is really funny.
Well, it's not the same
is it
movie because we go to Hotte Clinic in Game 2
Yeah.
Oh, do we? Oh, yeah, we do.
twice.
But yeah, it's very funny that he's been hospitalized for this, and he's still... The way he's talking about it is like he is trying to rush his recovery because this is a life or death situation. This is the pivotal moment for him to be there at the scene to solve the murder. But he just can't get over this dang cold. He's got an IV hooked up to his blood for the cold that
They
he's
call
got.
it a cold, but he has a very, very high fever. And I believe that in Japan they often give you like an IV full of like vitamins and like water to make sure that you recover from a fever quickly.
Nice. The only way I know how to recover from a fever is the secret tricks I learned from Kaiji Ultimate Survivor.
But then he does leave and he goes to do some investigation and he says to Edgeworth, "You weren't bad. He saved your whole ass. And he flew all the way here."
Look,
God.
he wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad.
He wasn't bad.
Is this the only time we haven't been able to access Phoenix's office while investigating as Phoenix?
Oh, that's true.
you're right.
Probably.
I guess because there's no one at the detention center, also, you don't go there.
There's also no one at the office either, because usually when you go to the office, it's to have a chat with Maya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
just
true.
really like this case feels like it's so like inward looking. It doesn't, well, aside from the Hottie Clinic reference, like it has like a whole new soundtrack. It has like, yeah, you don't go to the old familiar spaces. It's very much like everything that occurs is happening on this fucking mountain. And I just really like that. It gives it this really like different kind of energy, I guess.
And so because Gumshoe and Edgeworth are like, okay, we're gonna go and do things, we get a little moment of Franziska von Karma Weird Girl.
Yeah!
So good!
It's
I
so
believe all
important
4
to
of
me that
us
this is
used
here.
the term weird girl in our
We
notes
did.
to refer to
That's
Franziska.
the phrase.
Yeah. Franziska von Karma, like, this doesn't last for too long in the grand scheme of the case, but these interactions made her very, very quickly climb to the top of the Weird Girl rankings.
Yeah.
She's
the fucking
so
best.
good.
You say not too long, but it was longer than I thought it was going to be.
I was hoping it was for the whole case, to be honest. If any at any point where she would have had to leave, that would have been too short for my taste, Sarah.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like maybe this is a good time to get into it, which is like, I'm really glad they brought Franziska back for this, and I think that the case was just like a little bit too crowded to do her justice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. I do feel like she definitely needs... There is still, like, an arc to her character that we have yet to see. And I know she's not... I know she's going to be in other games, but I have a bad feeling she might be pushed to the sidelines in those games also before she gets conclusive character writing done. But we'll have to see.
I think it's especially like difficult in this case because, or like annoying in this case, because so much of it is about like the pressure of legacy. And yet they don't really get into that with Franziska, except to like for her to be in basically exactly the same position that she was in the last game.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Also, or say some things that are so totally, like, clearly not what she actually believes in. And it's like, why the fuck are
Yeah,
you
that's
saying
true.
that? This doesn't make any sense. Like, what is it she says? She says something really stupid where I'm just like, why? She says something about, like,
Is it the whip a dead horse thing?
that's also really fucking good. I don't know. She says something like, oh, I can't believe all you care about is pride or something. Oh, yeah, it says
Oh,
pride
yeah,
is
yeah.
just a trap that hinders us in our lives. That said, one must have pride to be effective on the job. Which is like, okay, the second thing makes sense for her, but the first thing is like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Do you know what that is, Devin? That's basically just her saying, oh, pride is bad when you do it, but it's fine when I do it.
yeah. So
I don't know,
true.
I feel like, to me, that's like a glimmer of, like, character development, right?
She's becoming self-aware, everyone.
Maybe she actually learned something from Justice for All after all.
Aww.
Justice after all.
Oh, weird girl, Franziska. My beloved.
I believe she refers to Edgeworth at one point as her little brother.
I don't think that's the first time she's
So
done that.
It's not.
Good.
It's not. It's the first time I noticed that one of them referred to the other as their sibling.
I think she did that one other time in the second game, but I think it's a really good touch because it's like that summarizes so much about their relationship. Oh no, I don't mean little brother as in younger brother. I mean little brother as in inferior brother. Like, fuck yeah, okay, alright.
It's not true.
I don't want her to change. I don't think she should have a character arc. I think she should stay the same. Keep her as she is, or make her worse.
Make her worse.
We can make her worse. We can give her a
We
second
can make
whip.
her worse.
We see Edgeworth actually in the game for the first time from Phoenix's perspective, and it just made me so happy. I've missed him.
I've missed him, but I still hate a lot of the faces that they draw for him.
I hate his fucking smirk so much.
It sucks. It's really bad. It looks like he's just eating a
tiniest
spoonful
smirk.
of peanut butter.
Yeah.
I love him. He's perfect. Oh, fuck me. This case has ruined my brain again and again, and I'm having a time. I'm fine.
Go on to Bikini.
Bikini!
At this point, I don't think she really says much that's that interesting.
Yeah, and then we have to just go to the courtyard for no reason, and then we
Yeah.
come back, right? And the bridge is fixed.
They're basically killing a bit of time, because, like, Gumshoe fixes that bridge real quick, but you still have to wander around and see everything first.
Yeah.
Also, no one told Phoenix that Pearls was missing this whole time.
Yeah, that's pretty wild, do you think?
That's so bad.
It's like, hey, like, he spent the past however long being really paranoid about Maya being dead because she's, like, freezing to death in a cave, maybe. And everyone just forgot to mention that someone half Maya's age is also missing, freezing in the cold. Oh, cool. Great. Good.
Oh,
Pearl has literally suffered more than anyone else. This is okay. I know I talked about this extensively in the last episode. Pearl has suffered more than anyone else in this franchise. I'm certain of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
She was kind of
fucking
fine
get to
in
it.
the case of this one. Well,
Well,
she was fine
Well-
before the trial.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one, Hera. I think this entire series has indicated that Pearl has been going through some pretty rough stuff.
Well,
Poor fucking child.
So, there's also a point when you're talking to Bikini, where after you, if you bring up Edgeworth, Bikini talks about how appreciative she was for him acting as the defense that morning. And what is it that Phoenix says? She says, it's kind of depressing how much faith she has in Edgeworth, Phoenix says. Why did you say that?
Why did he?
Why is he like this?
Why is he like this?
Phoenix Wright, who has believed in Edgeworth since he was 9 years old. What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about, sir? It's like he has built this wall around his heart, and he doesn't even remember why it's there. And every time he sees that there's cracks in it, he's just like, oh, my wall. I gotta rebuild my wall.
Oh, my wall! God. It feels like oh god. What if people start to think that I'm into Edgeworth? I have to be mean to him just in case. Like, Phoenix,
Yeah.
right? Shut the fuck up. You're an idiot.
You stupid
this man.
fucking idiot.
I hate this stupid petty man.
Oh, man.
Oh god, I never hated Phoenix this much, but this playthrough has just absolutely ruined him for me. Thanks, everyone.
It's
yeah,
amazing.
sorry. My hatred of him seeps out across the land.
It should.
It's all just
The land
radiating
needs
off
to
of
know.
Hera.
He's just so mean.
I did my usual deal here of just showing Bikini literally everything in my pockets.
There's a lot people say in this
That's
part.
a
Look
lot
at my
of people say.
trinkets.
And she brings up the acolytes being highly susceptible to possession by evil spirits, and I was like, I guess it could have been an evil spirit. I was kind of
My
fumbling
influence.
around in the dark at this point of the case, and I said the following line: "It would be fun to make a ghost testify."
Yeah.
It would be really good.
It would be fun
Pretty
to make
cool,
a
I
ghost
think.
testify.
That's all.
The only other thing I did before we get to the bridge is I googled some stuff about the Shichishito. and just saw, like, in the description of it, it's got, like, all the different times it's been referenced in other media, and I just really thought it was funny that the reference from the Kirby series is that it refers to Meta Knight and his sword, and Meta Knight as being an older male character, which is really funny to me.
Well, Kirby's a baby, so everyone's an older character to them.
I don't feel like they needed to describe him like that, though.
Oh, there was also one weird moment before where, like, I think Franziska is just saying how much she hates everyone or something, and Phoenix is like, when she gets this angry, she's almost kind of cute, and it's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Yeah, that pissed me off, but I did think it was
Wow.
immediately funny that Francesca, like, beat the shit out of him for thought crimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, there's another moment a bit later on where she does the exact same thing. It's almost
So
like some
good.
kind of divine retribution that she just knows exactly when to beat the shit out of someone.
She seems pretty convinced that she will be facing you in court. No one else on the planet believes this at this point.
No, not even a little bit. I mean, even she doesn't believe it, because otherwise she wouldn't want to stick around.
Yeah, why would she be helping?
Exactly.
Well, if you try and, like, talk to her about anything, she's like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Gumshoe builds a bridge in record time. I don't know if there's other people here.
There's no one else here. Well, I think they do mention something about there being some other cops, but that was on the first day, so I don't know if there's any here now.
The thing is, though, about Gumshoe is he is an electronics expert. He can do anything.
Yeah, electronics expert, famously good at repairing bridges.
He's also fought the Mafia single-handedly. This man can do anything.
Apparently. He is literally like the Swiss Army knife of the Ace Attorney series.
Which is also so funny because he's so incompetent in other ways.
Yes. And he's so hungry.
Oh, God.
Hera, I want you to throw your 2 cents onto the floor about Gumshoe's bridge rebuilding capabilities.
I think he did the best with what he had. Look, I have a deep fear of heights. It doesn't look great, but it looks like it'll work.
You know, now that I think about it in retrospect, there is something very ironically hilarious about someone with a terrifying fear of heights being the best person I know to build bridges.
My engineering building on my university campus is the scariest place I've ever been. It only just got up. It's like a new
Pictures.
build.
It is
It's
pretty
So
it is pretty
fucking scary. They have
Oh,
like
God.
floor-to-ceiling windows on like the 4th floor overlooking the lobby. It's the scariest place I've ever been. I hate it.
The things we sacrifice for
God.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Anyway, you cross the
What I would
bridge.
have built.
Courage.
That's Hera's 2 cents. Is like, I wouldn't have done it like this.
Is there someone on the other side of the bridge?
Yes.
There's a tiny
Great
person.
news, they did not kill the 9-year-old.
Thank goodness.
Whew. Anyway,
Also-
she's pissed off.
She's so fucking
pissed off her
pissed.
friend.
I get why she's pissed, and I think it's good that she's pissed, and I think it's good that Francesca doesn't know how to deal with a child being mad at her for justifiable reasons. I think that's funny. I really don't like that Pearl says the line, "You're nothing but a little girl without your whip." I think that's stupid.
Rose's favorite character, the Incinerators here.
I knew it! I knew they were going to come back for me.
And they
So
did.
fun.
And Phoenix pokes around in that thing and says, oh, there's nothing in there. And then
Nothing
later
in
we
there.
find out that Gumshoe found something in there.
Which is really funny. They were like, you expect to find something in here? No, no, no. Do not expect shit.
Never.
We'll give it to you when we're ready.
I really like the line that Phoenix says out loud before he reaches his hand in the incinerator is really stupid as well. He says, well, let's see what stunning clue is concealed in here, shall we? Could you imagine saying that out
Okay.
loud to anyone in earnest?
I think something happened when Phoenix met Luke at me that made him suddenly like even goofier than before.
Both he and Myers have said Savari in this case, by the way.
You know
Yeah.
what it's like with
So
vocal stems.
bizarre.
Luke at me, brain parasite.
That is true.
So we go and try and see where Maya is, and there's a big lock, a very familiar looking lock on the door. Uh-oh.
So fun. So fun.
That's a real life Cyclock.
Wait, I wanna ask a question to the room,
Please.
because I don't think it's ever firmly established. Are these magic?
No.
No.
They are trick locks with up to 100 different combinations, I believe they say.
But here's the thing, Hera. How did they get there?
They put them up there.
Okay, like, because in a later part in this case, there's more locks on it, and it's supposed to be implied that someone, like, snuck in, and in the span of, like, a few minutes, put up a bunch more locks on there. The thing is, these are really fucking big locks, sealing a door with really fucking big chains. Where was she hiding those locks and those chains?
Well,
What is the chest of drawers
there's
next
more
to
to
me?
this
Tell you not
building
to
than we
touch.
see.
There is also more to this building. Also, like, again, like, they look cool because they look like Psyche locks. It's not, let's not
Yeah.
overthink this.
What? That's literally why I'm here.
You know, that's true.
Anyway, Maya is not here. Someone else is.
No, who's that?
It is Prosecutor Godin.
Oh, that's weird that he's here.
Kind of weird that he's
what are you
here
doing here,
before
buddy?
anyone else got here, right?
Kind of weird.
God.
Anyone else think that was kind of weird?
No, not even a little bit.
I'm not allowed to comment on this, I knew.
I did
Calling
really like
back
seeing this in
to-
your notes, Ro.
The prediction, the transcript from last episode, I believe it was what I said was there are going to be 3 people on the other side of the bridge
Yeah, you did say
when
that.
we get there, and they are going to be Pearl, Maya, and the killer.
Oh. And you were
Damn,
right.
Anyway.
Hera.
Didn't ring any alarm bells when I saw Gerda.
This is literally what I was saying, is if you and me, Hera, if we just found a way to make these jigsaw pieces fit together, we could solve all crime.
Literally so true.
The thing is, like, he could have just followed us over the bridge at a distance.
And then teleported in front of us before we got into the inner chamber.
Look, Phoenix Wright is not a very smart man.
Surprisingly inattentive for someone whose whole thing is pointing
I spent a
out
lot of
small
time
details.
looking at the snap bridge cable. I could have gotten around me then.
Catapulted
Oh, yeah,
himself.
I like Francesca's comment on that, and that she thought that cable, the hoist for that cable, was for, like, docking boats.
What are you talking about, Francisco?
She's from
We're in the
Germany.
fucking
Things are
sky.
different back there.
Yeah.
Sky. Things are different in Germany. Anyway, Godot was about to say literally the worst thing anyone in this game has ever said.
Truly despicable.
Like, genuine, like, a lot of people in this entire series, in game 1, 2, and 3, have made very inappropriate, oftentimes offensive comments. I think this is the most definitive instance I can think of someone just displaying unabashed, outright, full-on 100% no holds barred, like, raw, unfiltered misogyny.
Yeah.
God.
It is genuinely pretty vile. I didn't screenshot the line because it disgusted me so much. But he straight up just says, like, Francesca starts talking down to him, and he's just like, who the fuck are you, you little piece of shit? I hate women like you.
I think he does say that. I think he says he hates women like her.
No,
He
yeah,
says,
that's
I
the
can't
bit that I
stand
remember.
women like you, is the exact line.
He calls her princess. He refers to himself and Phoenix as, like, the big boys. He calls her
Yeah.
a filly. Like, it's so fucking deranged.
It's so
I think if
bad.
Francisco had beat him to death in that room, I would have just turned and
Yeah.
walked away.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We're just speeding up the process of the state killing him.
Then Godot starts going on about how Maya is trapped in that room, and that it's Phoenix's fault that she's about to die. And he says, once again, a woman dies because of you. And, like, I think already by this point, him saying that, like, the combination of the previous sentence and him saying that just made me immediately stop giving a shit about him almost right there on the spot.
God,
Because
What great
Just
timing.
like you don't give a shit. This is like such low motivation as to why you have this entire vendetta.
I just hate it's like he hates all women because they're not Mia, and he hates all men because they're not him saving Mia, and it's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Just go back to flirting with Rhonda Light, please. That was your finest
Yes.
moment.
That truly was his finest moment. God damn.
He
I
also
was like, maybe
closes
there's
out
hope
with
for
the
Godot.
words, I'll never accept you.
Okay.
Baby brain
Alright.
motivations.
God, just go to therapy, my guy, please. Some people will do anything except go to fucking therapy.
That is literally every single prosecutor in this entire series.
That's the thing theme of the,
I think
of the
Winston's
trilogy,
doing
everyone.
okay.
Really? You think so?
He's got a
You
wife.
think he's doing okay?
He's got a beautiful wife.
He's got a
He's got a-
beautiful wife
he's
that
got a
he's
hot
never
wife.
thought of leaving.
That must mean that his mental health is really good.
Yeah.
Do you think when he got home after Mia lawyer blasted his hair clean off, that was the final straw and his wife left him?
No.
That's awful.
That's so
Bro, what the fuck?
sad.
I hate this.
The thing is, I'm in two minds here because I like to think that she's the perfect woman and no wrong could ever come across her. But also this feeds into Winston Payne jokification theory.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm in two minds about it too, Hera, because either Winston Payne is like an embodiment of misfortune and every single bad thing that happens to him has to be followed by something else that's even worse. Or alternatively, I also really like the idea of him going home after court and then him having the most normal, healthy life out of anyone else in this entire video game.
He's walking down the front path with like dinner plate eyes, like on the edge of tears.
Oh man, I can't wait to see him in whatever comes next. I know he's not gone for good.
No one's gone for good.
No one's gone for good. That's so true, Hera.
Well,
There's also something about this case that I find really confusing, which is like, does Godot know that? Because you said this in your summary, Jay, but like I'm also like I am just confused. Like it felt like it was a surprise when we find out later on that Maya is channeling Dahlia, but because at this point Godot's like Maya's in there, she's about to die, all of this is on you, and he should know what's happening, but also
I
he
wouldn't
seems
be
surprised in the
surprised.
trial. Is he just acting? But
I wouldn't
like,
be surprised if he was just saying that to get under Phoenix's skin on purpose.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But also in the trial, there's a specific moment where we realise that it's Dahlia, and Godot is surprised, and Phoenix thinks oh, he seems genuinely shocked by this, but that doesn't make any sense. Is the thing.
well, what he does, like skipping ahead to the timeline here, is the events in the garden happen. Maya passes out.
Yeah.
Godot takes Maya to the training room entrance and leaves her
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think that's why he doesn't know about the channeling.
Right, because in theory, Pearl could be around and still channel Dahlia? Question mark? And lock Maya in the cabin. Okay, cool.
Anyway, there's gravy splashed all over the wall.
God, the fucking gravy. I forgot about that. So funny. The last case, one of the first things I wrote was like, I know there's something about gravely roast. And you two had both also referenced it. And I was like, I'm losing my goddamn mind. I know this means something, but what the fuck happened? And then I saw it and was just like, oh my god.
I feel like in the first half of this case, me and Hera both just pointed out that it's a really weird turn of phrase. So we figured it was going to bear some significance. I didn't put the gravely and gravy thing together at this point immediately, because there's still a little piece of the puzzle that needs to come about. But I think, Hera, did you, connect those dots?
I'm pretty sure I did.
I think you did, yeah.
I don't know if I wrote it down.
Also, it's just chunks in the gravy. It's really disgusting. It looks gross. And everyone continuously throughout the rest of the case is like, it smells so good. I'm like, oh, it's been a day. I don't think that's good.
I thought it was honey at first.
Also, funny moments where, Phoenix, keeps sounding like he has no fucking clue who Diego is, but we do, so I don't really know why they do that.
No, that makes sense to me because, Phoenix has no reason to know who Diego is. But also, I think that the game expects you to have forgotten that stuff from the first case, because they really explain it later on, in the...
Yeah, but, from the previous case that he's Diego.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but, I don't think you're supposed to remember that, oh, Dahlia fucking poisoned him.
I did
I don't
did
think
not
they expect
connect
you
those
to
dots by the
remember
third case. I'm annoyed that Hera was right about this, because I think... Well, mainly because I don't like Godot's character motivation.
I think it's just is this game, everything has to be connected so neatly. And I have issues with how this plays out later in the case. But expected it here. It goes further than I was expecting, but it is weird that he was like, damn, I got poisoned by coffee and now I can't see. And Phoenix having just like read those court notes is like, not even like, that sounds familiar. Like, just like nothing.
Nothing. The funny thing is, Hera, is when you were presenting this theory at the end of the last case, my sticking point was like, how the fuck would poison make your hair turn white? And then later, when he's explaining it to you, the player, he's just like, I was poisoned and it made me lose my sight and it made my hair turn white. It's like, well, fucking... Okay.
You can't take it so seriously, Ro. This is what I'm saying.
There is a line that is being straddled constantly between the severe and the ridiculous, and I never know which side my foot is supposed to be on.
I feel like there's grounds for it though, right? Like if you undergo like trauma, your hair can turn white, right? In just media.
I don't know. Like, it's been so long since I've seen that be a thing that happens. The only time I think that happens in media is when someone gets scared by a ghost. Which there are of in this franchise. They put those in there. And it wasn't even ghosts. It was poison. No one else had their hair turn white when they died from poison. Just him, because he's a special little guy. And, I think one of the first times we were talking about what Godot's visor even did, I was like, oh man, it would be cool if he was, playing video games on there or some shit. But then I said, no, it's probably just because he can't see very good. And that turned out to actually be what it was. And I was like, fuck, fine. Take my fun ideas away, why don't you?
So then we leave this room.
Yeah, we go to a garden where there's some weird stuff.
Where there's Gumshoe being
trespass.
really normal about evidence. So we see Gumshoe in the, outside of where we've just been, and he's like, I need to wash something off. And then we go into the garden, and he's like, yeah, I really want to wash that fucking writing off that stone lantern.
That's tampering with a crime scene, Detective Gumshoe. You're not allowed to do that.
And neither him nor Fran challenged any of that. They're just like, yeah, that would be helpful.
Maybe they just thought that he put it there.
So true. He loves writing Maya upside down on a stone lantern.
In blood.
I forgot that this happened in game 1.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Yeah.
Ace Attorney classic. Person writes name, and no one thinks, wow, this would be a really easy way to frame somebody.
They've done that every single game. They did that in the first case of the second game as well with Maggie.
did.
Except that was sand, not blood.
Completely different.
Different mediums. Look, art's a flexible form, right? Anyway, the most important thing to me here was chucked into the bushes is a little token, a little amulet, and on that amulet is the Master's Crest of Kurain, and that's when one of the big gears turned and clicked into place. Because in the previous episode, I was bouncing between it being Morgan and being Misty, and I couldn't quite lock in who Elise was. Because there were, reasons for both, but neither of them clearly made sense. This locked in that it was Misty, is seeing that talisman there. But it left some other things on the table that needed to be explained, that literally don't get explained until, the very end of this entire case.
Yeah. Because at this point, her movements just don't make sense.
There's a lot of moving.
You also show Gumshoe your badge, and he says, haha, good one, pal. You're always good for a laugh with your little badge. And I lost
It's
my
so
mind.
true.
So good.
It's so true. It's literally just always the setup for a goof. The classic Phoenix Wright badge prank. When you give Gumshoe a thing that he doesn't have any special response for, he says a bunch of stuff and then ends up by saying, I'm kind of weak in the head.
Oh, God.
Don't know about that.
That's not.
I don't know about that one,
Right.
sir. Oh, also, this is, I said to you guys a couple days ago that one of these lines absolutely took the wind out of me when I read it, and
Yeah?
it was...
Please share.
Yeah, it was when Phoenix asked Gumshoe, do you know why Edgeworth moved overseas? To which Gumshoe says, I don't know, probably to look cool.
Real.
So true.
Really
God.
fucking good. Because the thing is, he's probably not wrong.
So after this, we go and talk to Bikini, and she's like, here's every bit of lore about the Faye family that you need. Mostly old stuff that we already know. They're catching up on game 2 if you didn't play it. But then they're also like, oh, by the way, Iris is Morgan's daughter, and also she's a twin.
Ro, I'm so sorry.
Does that all happen right now?
Don't we run into Iris and Edgeworth on the way back?
Here's what I did before we get to the bit that Jay just mentioned is I went from talking to... Where am I? Talking to Gumshoe, to back to the main gate, back to the main hall, to the training hall, to the temple gate, to the garden to talk to Edgeworth, back to Heavenly Hall to talk to Pearl, back to the main gate to talk to Bikini, and that's when Bikini reveals the twin thing. So there's a lot of other bits in between that for me.
Wait, no. I think Jay's right.
I'm so lost right now.
Okay, we go and talk to Bikini. I think what happens is we go to Bikini, we then go around and do a bunch of other stuff, and then we come back to Bikini, and she says all of the stuff about Iris. So I think that's what's throwing us off, is there's two conversations with Bikini. But the first one, we're like, hey, we know that Elise was Misty, and she has 5 psyche logs, but you only have to present 2 pieces of evidence, which is the talisman and the scroll, because the scroll has the same symbol on it. And it breaks all the logs. And I think that's very anticlimactic, but I know why they had to make it look like it was a 5-log secret, so they were kind of backed into a corner.
Here is a theory that I had at this point. So I was still under the assumption that someone magically flew across a bridge through the sky, and I thought, holy shit, what if Misty dying meant Maya immediately inherited all of the Korean Master's powers and she flew away?
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. Like, channeled the spirit of a dead bird and grew wings.
I mean, there's literally a point later on in this case where Pearl, like, right at the end of this case, Pearl runs back here from, like, the courthouse in the span of, like, 5 minutes. Like, I don't know what these people are capable of, Devin, and frankly, it scares me a little bit. The ground starts rumbling and shaking. This is the next big thing that happens. And this is really funny, as soon as that happened, I thought to myself, oh, geez, I hope Edgeworth is okay. And then Phoenix said, oh, fuck, Edgeworth is gonna be freaking out.
Oh. Finally, Phoenix cares about when this happens.
He actually says, right then I had the worst feeling in my gut. Like, they're like, okay, so actually, the grounds are shaking. Bikini says, oh my god, like, the inner temple might collapse. That place is fucked. Like, this might be really bad for Maya. Phoenix says, right then I had the worst feeling in my gut. And I'm like, oh yeah, because something bad might happen to Maya. And then flash on screen, Edgeworth's sprite. It's so funny.
So funny.
He is literally obsessed with him.
He's so obsessed with this man.
I love that Francesca has Phoenix's back throughout this whole section. I like that when the chips are down, she is actually someone who will support the right thing to do. Especially when she feels like her brother is going to be in a pretty shitty place right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She loves and cares about her little brother. Also, once again, the true villain all along was the lack of health and safety laws.
Jesus Christ, this place is
Jesus
rife
Christ.
with, like... I don't imagine anyone who's been up here to
Building
do, like, a
violations?
structural examination of this place in a very long time. Because if you think about it, even just the theoretical assumption that Elise Dunim fell out of a 10-foot high window is already, like, a little concerning.
Yeah.
Anyway, we find Edgeworth.
We do find Edgeworth. And we find Iris. No, wait, no, we don't find Iris. We have to go and find Iris because he wasn't able to keep an eye on her, right?
Yeah.
Edgeworth sort of, like, had a moment because of the earthquake. He had to, like... What was it? It was like he was about to pass out. And in that moment, Iris managed to escape and run into the inner temple. And this is where the Toby continued happens, is just after you find Iris in here.
Yeah. And I'm sure nothing significant happened in that moment.
we find her in the training hall, and there's a lot more locks on the door than there were before.
Oops. This is where all of the memories of this case, for the most part, came flooding back to me, and I was like, yeah, I remember all of the channeling shenanigans. Which is kind of sad, because I would have liked to have not known about the switch at this point, to see if I'd realised, but...
I will say, Devin was messaging me, like, vaguely remembering things until this point, and I was just sitting there very quietly.
Sending smiley faces.
Yeah.
So when it fades back from the Toby continued, Phoenix and Edgeworth are both kind of freaking out. But I like that Francesca is the one that's just like, hey, like, straighten up. There's still a murder that needs to be solved right now, and you two have to get your shit together.
I do think this is the first time we see her actually whip Edgeworth. She usually just
Yes.
whips other people instead of him.
He's vulnerable in this moment.
Yeah, exactly. She's doing this in lieu of, like, splashing a cold glass of water in his face or something.
Yeah, I do think as well the thing is with Fran that I notice is, like, she doesn't whip people that she's actually, like... I was going to say that she actually respects, but, like, that she feels superior to. And I do think she does have this thing about Edgeworth being, like, you know, she's got a complex around him being better than her or whatever. But then I do find it, like, quite sad that she does it now, which is just like, okay, now you're just like everyone else after he's just had a panic attack.
Yeah, it would have been nice if she just never did it. But this is the part where she says, pride is simply another trap that hinders our lives. And I said, girl, you are literally the living embodiment of your father's sin.
Oh, God.
And then Francesca stays in the training hall to try and break through the trick locks. And you get a little pop-up that says Francesca von Karma has left the party.
We didn't mention this before, but the reason that Iris was brought here was to unlock the lock, because, like Hera said earlier, they've got like 100 combinations. And Iris was the one who set the first lock. But then when we come here after the quake and after Iris escapes, there's 5 locks on there. And Iris is like, I didn't set these. I don't know what's going on. So the only solution is to test every single combination individually. And Francisca
She's a
is
trooper.
like, all right, let's get going.
Yeah.
Weird that there wasn't a psyche lock
Well,
there.
at this point,
know.
Iris is unlocking them, but Von Karma is watching over her.
That's
Yeah, I
true.
think
That
so.
is very true.
But she takes over once Iris has to leave again.
Yeah,
She watches her do it and she says, no, you're doing it wrong. You gotta flip it
Yeah,
turnways.
probably.
it's probably true.
Anyway, you step outside of this scene and Edgeworth, you find out that Edgeworth is now in the garden.
Yeah, this is where things open up.
This is where things open up. I went to talk to Edgeworth right away.
Yeah, me too.
Priority.
I
I think I went to Edgeworth last,
boy.
but that's
Hera.
fine. That's closest.
Hera. You do have to go back
just
to
had
him
a horrible
again.
time.
So like technically,
Wait,
if
maybe
you were
I did
doing
go
it
first.
efficiency style, you could talk to him last.
No, I did go first. Yeah.
You examine the entrance to the garden, and Phoenix says Edgeworth is probably still in there crying softly to himself. I guess we better hug it out and talk about what he's uncovered so far. Gay rights.
All right.
Gay rights.
Hello, gay rights.
Edgeworth is like humiliated by what's happened, and he's like, "Oh, you've come to laugh at me." Like it's almost exactly his speech from 1-4. And Phoenix says, "I just came here to hug it out with him, but I guess he's the same prideful Edgeworth, and it's gay rights."
Gay rights. Edgeworth says, it was such a shock. I never imagined I could be so wrong about myself and my life.
Oh,
He's
God.
doing great.
Man, this guy is so fine and normal.
This guy's so fucking traumatized. God.
And he follows that up immediately by saying, not after you chose to become a lawyer for my sake, and not after you saved me. Dude. Sir,
Kiss him
what
on the mouth.
fuck? What the fuck? Kiss him on the mouth!
Kiss him on the mouth! Phoenix has not once thought about hugging Maya when she's been sad.
No.
He reserves that.
No, because
for his-
Maya's a
his
girl.
favourite
What the
special
fuck,
people.
Devin?
Myra's not the man he's in love with.
Exactly. Then he says this shit to himself in his own internal monologue. Phoenix says, Edgeworth, you're stronger than you think, so no more of the self-pity, okay? Why the fuck is he not saying that shit out loud and kissing him on the mouth?
Yeah. Take him gently by the hand and then hold him.
It's fucked. It's
You can cry
genuinely
together.
fucked. It's genuinely fucked up. It goes through so many things like this because if you present him any piece of evidence, Edgeworth says, you're a defense attorney and I'm a prosecutor. It wouldn't be right for us to discuss things so intimately. What the fuck? Kiss him on the mouth!
Kiss him on the mouth! Please! God! Can't fucking cope.
How can you write shit like that and not think this is extremely fucking gay?
Me smacking my own hands away from my keyboard as I type in AO3.
You know what? Actually, I think in honor of our tradition, we do have to check how many there are, right?
How many?
No.
Everyone make a
No,
guess.
we
This is a
can't.
higher or lower situation right now.
Make a
I think
guess.
it's
Billion. It's a billion.
Billion.
Okay, I think it's maybe a bit lower than that. I think there are.
One
I'm gonna say
billion.
60,000. That's probably too high.
I was actually gonna say 80,000, so...
I think 5 figures sounds right to me.
5 figures,
Yeah, I
definitely.
agree.
Definitely 5 figures. Let's go to leaderboard Mo.
10,888.
Are you
Is that
for
it?
real?
Yeah.
Are you for
That's
real?
fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to believe anymore.
There are 40,000 Ace Attorney fanfics, so it's a solid quarter.
Okay.
I need to state my piece. I don't know what fanfiction is, but like I
Probably for the best.
I always assumed that like if you care about something, you write about that thing and then put it on the internet. And I think that's like a good
Yeah, that is
understanding as to what it is. Are you telling me that there are only like around 10,000 people that want to see these boys kiss?
I mean, bro, you
There's also
want to see these boys
fanfiction.net.
kiss, and you haven't written about it and put it on the internet.
I haven't finished playing the games yet.
So true.
So true.
A real fan doesn't wait to finish something. Can you imagine? Like, there'll be no One Piece fiction anywhere.
What a beautiful world.
It's been on the air for like 27 years.
I don't know. I just felt like there was something so potent about this dynamic that I thought it would have been more prevalent, you know? When I think of like couples on the internet, like ship dynamics for fictional characters on the internet, Miles Edgeworth and Phoenix Wright is like absolutely upper echelon, highest percentile.
Okay, well, I do have a response to that, and that's that you spend a lot of time on the website tumblr.com.
Yeah, but like where do you think AO3 writers come from, Hera?
I think that skews your results somewhat.
I think there is a Venn diagram, and that Venn diagram is a circle.
Narumitsu content and people who then have the energy to actually write Narumitsu content is very different numbers.
That's true.
I suppose that's true, yeah.
Hecate's yelling because she's also sad about this. So
Yeah. Hecate, can you start writing some yaois? Can we get your cat to start writing yaoi, please?
yell if you want to write yaoi, Hecate. She meowed.
Is there like a ranking of ships based on works?
I don't think there is.
Is there a leaderboard
That's
on the
Because they
website?
do it yearly.
Leaderboard. I'm gonna be so fucking mad because whatever it is gonna be is like there's no way that Phoenix and Edgeworth is like reaching the same level as like Sherlock Holmes and the other guy from Sherlock Holmes or whatever. That shit was everywhere.
God.
84 on the rankings for
Oh.
2024.
For 2024.
For
but you have to
2024?
remember, they have not had a game come out for like 7 years.
That's honestly damn good. They've got some really good Fujoshi retention.
It's true.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a smallish community given like the scale of the games, but it's fucking dedicated and feral, like as this podcast attests to.
Okay, so do we need to shift away from this tangent now?
Yes. We need to go and see Pearl with the saddest little 5 Psyche-Locks of all time, where they have to put it over her head because she's only little.
Welcome to the loser
know,
shack.
It's so cute.
You ask her about what she saw that night, and her first response is, I'm just a kid, you know?
Good answer, to be honest.
Pearl is not alone. She is in the despicable company of Loris.
The Losers Squad.
Welcome to the loser squad. They're calling themselves the loser squad. Pearl feels like she's in the loser squad because she's like saying she fucked up. She says, Mr. Nick, I fucked up. I can't do spirit channeling anymore because I fucked up because I tried it because I had to do it for a thing that I can't tell you about yet, Mr. Nick. But I fucked up and I'm part of the loser squad with your friend Loris now.
She also blames herself for Maya being locked in the training room because it was her idea to come and do the special training in the first place.
That
Morgan
kid would
Faye,
blame
you will pay
herself
your
for
crimes.
seeing someone stub their toe.
Literally.
Loris and her say that they're gonna start eating rotten potatoes. And this is also the part where I did manage to figure out that the reason Loris painted that painting of someone flying over the bridge is because he was actually looking at it upside down.
This will be useful later.
This will be useful later. I feel like I could have probably figured this out the first time because you do see
It's such a good mystery because it is right in front
like
of your
all the
eyes
pieces
from the
are there.
second you see it.
All the pieces are there. It just requires you to think about it a little laterally because it is stupid that Because in real life, if you looked at something upside down, you'd be like, oh, this is upside down.
It relies on it being Larry who did that.
Yeah. Anyway, since we can't do anything with Pearl, I headed to the main hall next to talk to Bikini again. And this is where we get the identical twin thing. And this is convenient because my very first note before I even started talking to the Bikini was so many things are pointing towards the identical twin theory for Iris and Dahlia, but I refuse to accept that.
Uh-oh.
We go through a lot here, and I feel like we should do it in order.
We should.
I'm mostly working from the transcript here. My first note says, alright, Bikini, lay it on me. What happened during the DL6 incident?
She starts by talking about how someone is trying to destroy the Korean tradition's main family line.
Talk about a mistake that happened 17 years ago during the DL6 incident. And you're like, well,
I wonder what this will be
I
about.
know about this.
I know this. I know these characters.
We don't learn anything new here, but we do get a new CG of Misty channeling a spirit.
Yeah, it's a cool looking one too. She looks very she looks worthy of the title of master.
And you're like, well, damn. That seems important that we saw that, but we didn't glean any new information from this little tidbit.
Not immediately. She also says the phrase, branch families will always have and always will plot to erase those of the main family line. And a lot of that phrase is written in red text.
I believe this in the next section talking about the family feud. This is the first time Morgan is mentioned in this case, I believe.
I think you're right, yeah.
And then we learn about the twin sisters.
Yes.
Thoughts on this?
Thanks to the reddest of red herrings that Devon slid onto my plate last episode. Her talking about how the branch families always have a plot to erase and kill the main family. My brain was just like, hey, when we first met Bikini, she introduced herself as a member of one of those branch families. And I was just like, what? Why did they even make her a member of the branch family and then make her say that line? That's so fucked.
Sorry I did that to you, but it's so funny.
You put that fish on my plate and I ate it right up, and I didn't even think about anything.
I thought we discounted it when we went over it at the end of that episode.
I don't remember, to be honest.
But it was there and it was still tempting you, huh?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was just because, like, she's the only character in this case, aside from Iris, who is brand spanking new. And I feel like whenever they introduce a new character in a case, it's usually that character that's going to be the bad guy. Because I'm going to be honest, even considering everything that happened and my feelings towards it as a whole, I don't like the idea of 3 of the 5 cases in this game having the same antagonist.
I think we should come back to this later.
We will.
So that I can think about it for an hour.
My feelings about it are complex and multifaceted, Harris. So it'll be a thrilling conversation, I'm sure.
Right now, I want to talk about the reveal that Iris is Dahlia's twin, and they are both Morgan's daughters.
Okay, so I was talking a big game about how much I would hate the twin thing. And here is the twin thing. But here is also the Morgan's daughters thing, which I did not see coming.
I didn't like this.
I didn't like this either.
It's too neat. Are you telling me that literally everything is connected? And I know I just said this about Diego, so I should have seen it coming.
It really feels like, because I think if they wanted it to work, they had to clue in more of it in the previous instances that Dahlia was involved in other cases. Because you take those moments in isolation from the 2 Mia episodes, and there is nothing indicating that she is anything to do with the Faye family. And, like, it does just seem like a fun piece of writing that was shoehorned in just to make everything work, in a sense. Because they were like, oh, we've got this character that we need to write because she's, like, integral to the narratives of these 2 other characters, so we need to make sure it all ties together. But, like, I don't know why they couldn't have killed Morgan instead, and then had her spirit be the one that was doing all the fuck shit.
Or Morgan and Dahlia were both in prison at the same time.
Yeah, and the thing
This
is
is
like, at
established
the
later on.
end
They
of,
could have
at
just
the end
met.
of this game, Morgan is still alive.
They could have just met and been kindred spirits because of how wretched they both are.
Yeah, that would have genuinely worked, because there is some... Okay, like, there are some parts of Morgan that felt like layered and a little complex, not like the most deep layers of writing, but it felt like her motivations were less one note than they are in this case, where by the end of this case, it's just like, oh yeah, literally everything she ever did in her life was done with an intent to kill the main family. I'm just like, dang, okay, fucking Jesus.
Hi, it's time for Jay's defensive corner.
Look,
Welcome.
I'm so ready.
This
Go
is a
for
game
it,
about
Jay.
legacy, and so, like, yes, it is very one note that Morgan is like, okay, well, all I want is for Pearl to become the Master of Korean. I kind of feel like that was her whole thing in the first game as well, so, like, I don't know, that feels consistent to me, but, like, it could have been.
I think for me, Jay, is that, like, Morgan had a whole life before we met her in that case, where she was just, like, in that village with her daughter, doing their thing. And then one thing led to another that allowed her to take advantage of this situation that was offered to her, where she was like, oh man, I've got this life that I have with my daughter, but I feel like she deserves more than that, and I can get that by opening the path for her to become the master of the Korean channeling technique. But, like, with the events of this game, it doesn't seem like any of that previous stuff was ever actually a factor in any of it. And it's just everything I've ever done, including having a child, was done so that I and my lineage could become the masters of the Korean channeling technique.
That's true. But the thing I really wanted to say was, like, the way that Iris and Dahlia play into Morgan's story vis-a-vis legacy is interesting, because you have her two other kids who were taken away from her by their father, but still end up wrapped up in the whole situation with the Branch family and all that kind of thing. And then obviously them being twins and then going in very different directions based on, like, how they were treated. It's a bit contrived, because, like, what happens after their father takes them away is that, like, he marries somebody else, and Dahlia's just like, there's not enough room for 3 children, you have to give one of them to another.
Yeah, my millionaire dad can't, like, look after me.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
But, like, you know, there is an exploration there of, like, how Morgan's legacy affects both Dahlia and Iris, and then how Dahlia affects Iris, and then how Iris says, like, oh, well, I got away with, like, I feel like I was very lucky because I had Bikini as, like, a mother to me, which Dahlia never had because, like, father never cared about her, and, like, she never got to, like, actually spend time with our mother because she was, again, like, whisked away from the village. I think they're doing some interesting stuff there. I mean, they don't get deep into it. It's one of those things, again, where it's like, you can think about this and it's fun, and the game doesn't really care to make you think about it.
Yeah, in the last game, we do see that, like, Morgan is, like, Pearl's mum, and there's a relationship there that's already existed. But, like, I think I've alluded to this before. Like, there's multiple things that Pearl has said as just, like, flavor text throughout the series that, like, lets us know that she was under a lot of pressure with Morgan. There's a lot of very basic things she doesn't understand because she's been, like, raised in this really, like, isolated community. But there's plenty of things that Maya understands that clearly she was taught that Morgan just hasn't given to Pearls. And I do think there's, like, a kind of, like, undercurrent of, like, how controlling and strict that Morgan has been as a mother to Pearl that, for me, makes sense of why, like, even now, it's just like, yeah, she has one thing in mind, and she is pushing her, you know, youngest child as hard as she can to make her this prodigy and be the master of Crane. So for me, it's like, yeah, I don't find it too out of character in this game.
The thing that I think causes me to have this sort of, like, conflict with the way it's written is mainly because all of that stuff that you said is, like, bang on the money. And, like, you can see from the end of my notes that, like, the themes that it does end up tackling are things that I do find really interesting. But I think the thing is, all of those parts of the narrative are almost entirely contained within this case, and more so, like, hinted at in other cases. Like, obviously, legacy is a big factor in the initial case with Pearl and Morgan, but Pearl doesn't really play a significant role in that case as a whole. But I think when it comes to this being a narrative that is spread across, God, like 5 different cases, those themes are only really drawn out in this last act, when I think they could have also been built up in all of the other cases where we see Dahlia and that sort of thing. Because legacy is never really a factor in, like, in case 1 of this game or in case 3 of this game. Sorry, case 3? Case 4?
Case 4. But yeah,
Case
you're
4,
right.
Thank you, Jay. Like I said, I do think it's interesting stuff to write about, and, like, there are interesting themes at play that I do think are very thought-provoking and interesting, and, like, some of it is genuinely pretty decent writing. I would have just loved for them to build on it with that level of consistency that made it so that it felt like every single one of Dahlia's actions was as a direct result of that conflict she feels about her legacy, but it doesn't, and that's why it bugs me. And that's also why I don't really like the twin thing.
That's very fair. I think for me, like, I can totally see, like, the theme of legacy coming through. For me, it's more like the absolutely buck wild actions that people take for love and people take for revenge are very similar, but what actually defines the difference in those things, and that's why, like, you know, all of the cases, I think, in some ways, very much hinge on those things where it's like, you know, we've got, like, the Delights doing really deranged stuff, but we love them despite all of it because they love each other, and, like, Phoenix, well, we don't love Phoenix, but, you know, we do ultimately see him as maybe not an antagonist in his own game. And even, like, Iris enabling Dahlia, we do understand that, like, there are decisions that she's made that were also, I don't want to say love, because gross, but she cares about people, she, you know, like, I think for me that makes more sense of, like, why, of that difference. I do think it's, like, a maybe less nuanced theme as opposed to Legacy, which has a lot more, like, kind of
No, I absolutely
tying
think
into, like, the politics of this world, but
you like we need to give Devin props because you absolutely hit the nail on the head with, like, your initial thoughts about what the theme of this game was, because I think nothing is more apt than, like, it being about people doing drastic and extreme things for the sake of love, because I think that absolutely reflects every single thing that happens in this case and in this game.
Thanks. I don't know what to say about that, but thank you.
Anyway, where are we?
So we've got the twin reveal. Then
we got the twin reveal.
Well, I went to the courtyard. I don't know if anyone else did.
I did as well.
I went to... What did I do? I went to the training hall. Oh, yeah, I went to the training hall because I thought I could break Iris's Cyclops, because she's like, like, you present the idea that there must have been someone else in the same place that looked like her, and that's why she was able to be on, like, both in the training hall and also how Bikini saw her on the night of the murder. If you present the profile of her twin sister, which is currently shrouded in shadow after you've discussed it with Bikini, because Phoenix somehow hasn't put the two most obvious pieces of the puzzle together, it's incorrect. And, like, I know that there's a reason you need to have this conversation with Edgeworth, but it still bugs me that you can't get to that next step from here. Because it's like, you know, they're twin sisters. They're gonna look the same. That's why you call them twin sisters.
They also have the same musical theme.
Not all twins are identical, but this is a cartoon.
Wouldn't it be a funny twist if they were like, here's this woman who looks exactly like Dahlia. She has a twin. It's not an identical twin. It's just some other random woman. Yeah, in the courtyard, Gumshoe is here. We do a bunch of forensic investigation. Edgeworth is Gumshoe. I keep doing that in this podcast recently. Gumshoe is singing a song to the tune of a very, like, lightly used Ace Attorney, like, song that, like, they play one of the old tracks, and I was like, I swear I've heard this before. I can't remember which one it is, so I went and found out, and it's
not that old.
Kudos theme. It's not old at all.
Yeah, it's so funny. Also, he sings some kind of, like, he sings a take on Bob Marley, but, like, every crime is going to be solved or something.
He's doing a bunch of different Bob Marley hits. He's doing No Woman, No Cry. He's doing Every Little Thing's Gonna Be Alright.
I didn't understand that that's what he was doing. And so then Phoenix says something like, oh, I didn't know he was into reggae. And I thought they were calling Victor Kudo's theme reggae. And it threw me off so bad.
That's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, he's just taken Bob Marley songs and made all the lyrics about solving crime, which I think is really funny.
God. There's so much weird random flavor text at this point that is just like, why? What? Where has this come from?
You know where this has come from, Devin, is this has come from you getting to play with one of Gumshoe's fun toys.
Oh, he's an electronics expert.
Yeah.
Obviously has a metal detector on him.
Yeah.
Phoenix looks you dead in the eyes through the screen and is just like, tell me you didn't see this coming.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't.
No, me neither.
But, like, why would I have thought that would, why would we do that? It could have been there, or it couldn't have been there. Doesn't really matter, it doesn't matter to me either way. There's a bit where you're looking around with the metal detector and you look over at, like, near the skis and you find Gumshoe's badge and he literally says, like, oh, I dropped that while I was playing with the skis.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. He also says he got his fucking, like... There's like a bear trap buried in the snow or something, and he says he once got caught in a trap that was baited with cheese.
Okay.
We've all been there.
We've all been there.
So
You know how it is
true.
with cheese.
God, I do.
Just thinking about that Tumblr post about how you can bait white people with cheese.
That's exactly what I was trying to reference, but I couldn't
So
remember exactly
fucking
what it
true.
was.
Cheese. I think the comment is like, cheese good as hell for real, though.
Yeah. Using Gumshoe's metal detector, we find that Misty's cane used to be a sword, and
Hell yeah.
between them, Gumshoe and Phoenix are just like, let's just not tell anybody about this. We'll reveal this later in court, and it'll be really useful.
Phoenix is learning from Edgeworth.
Gumshoe has never done that before. He's never been like, hey... Well, like, if it's something that you find, he's never been like, hey, we should keep this a secret between us. And he's been like, yeah, okay, cool, sure.
Isn't Gumshoe's line is like, it looks bad that I missed this?
Something like that.
I literally can't afford to have my salary get cut again.
God. Do you remember when, like, the theme for the last two games was like, oh, remember how much, like, forging evidence is bad for you and everyone around you and everything's bad? And now it's just like, who gives a flying fuck? Do what you want with evidence. Evidence is just stuff you put in your pocket from the crime scene. No one cares.
So, Misty came here with a sword cane. This was the first piece
Cool
of
lady.
evidence that made me think, I don't think Misty would have been a good mother if she was around the whole time that Maya was gone.
Oh, God. Say more.
There's some more pieces of this puzzle that we need that are near the end of this case, but, like, the play-by-play is that the reason that Misty left and never came back is because of shame. And that's it. That's the only reason.
Yeah, and I'd like to add another piece to this puzzle, which is that she showed up here because she knew Maya would be here, then refused to talk to her and didn't tell her, I'm your mother.
Not only refused to talk to her, only talked to Pearl.
Not ideal.
Not great.
She's
Misty,
kind of a deadbeat.
she's literally Jing Freaksing it out here.
She's
Was it
literally
some,
being
like,
Jing
I feel like
Freaks
there
out
was
here.
some throwaway line about, like, she was just so ashamed or something, or she was so,
It's like right
blah,
at
blah,
the
whatever.
end
But
of
it's
the
just...
case. I screen capped
Yeah.
it. After dishonoring the good name of Karain, I don't have the right to face my daughter. That's fucking stupid.
It's really
I mean-
bad writing. It's really...
Instead,
no,
I just
no,
have to
I
go
would
and
say-
party every night of the week.
I would say that this goes to...
Maybe she had bad vibes.
I would actually say this goes to the theme or, like, the, like, comparison with Morgan, where, like, Morgan is, like, the only thing that matters to me is being the master and, like, making Pearl be the master, even though this is clearly fucking with her and, like, she doesn't actually give a shit about this. Where Misty is like, oh, well, dishonoring the family is so important to me that now I can't go and see my daughter, even though my daughter, like, clearly wouldn't give a shit about that. I feel like there is just some, like, them having the same kind of belief in that. There's something interesting there.
Maybe Morgan and Misty are just as bad parents as one another.
Yeah. And then you're like, oh, I wonder how that happened.
Yeah. Tell me about
It's
that
almost like-
grandmother.
I mean, tell me about their grandmother, but also it's almost like this, like, burden of the Korean village tradition fucks with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's something nice that gets mentioned later about how, like, Mia left and, like, breaking that cycle, and also Maya and Pearls are really, really close despite all of this, and it's just like, you know what? I have hope for the future that actually, like, they've all just, managed to just sidestep all of that. Like, Pearls is, I guess, too young to really have strong opinions about it, but, like, Maya does not care about the legacy, actually, and look how great she's doing.
Yeah.
She cares about her sister and she cares about her cousin, but that ain't legacy because it's not, you know, what do you call it? What do you call it when it's like up and down in a family tree? Generational.
Yeah.
She's doing great. She is about to get accused of murder for the 3rd time.
And once again, she gets away with it, so...
You know what? It's true.
She's killed so many people.
At the end of everything with Gumshoe, he gives you the letter that he snatched out of the incinerator. Actually, it might give you that to you at the beginning, but I didn't read it until after I fucked around with the metal detector.
Apologies.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell from that letter that it's a bunch of instructions. And it does say gravely roast on that letter as well. But it's
Delicious.
conveniently burnt out the names and such. I mentioned this earlier as well in my notes. It's really funny how every time an incinerator has come into play, it has failed at burning a key piece of evidence.
Oops.
Yeah.
Someone's got to get onto this.
Yeah. Someone's got to figure out why fire in this series is so bad at doing what it's supposed to do. No one's died from fire.
Not yet.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah.
Not yet.
We're adding points to the tally for knives and bladed weapons for this one. But I guess also blunt force trauma.
That was secondary. That was, by the by.
Yeah. That was just a fun extra that they tacked on for free.
I mean, on the autopsy it says that was after death, right?
Yeah, it is after death.
So,
But it's
doesn't
relevant.
count.
Is this when we go back to, like, the bridge or something and Edgeworth's there? I didn't put where this happened, but he was like, oh, I've looked into...
You talked to him in the garden about that, but
Small
yeah,
cases.
that's when you talked to him about
Oh, yeah.
about Dahlia.
It's really funny because this means that Edgeworth read the file about Nick's eating a necklace, and he did not know about that previously.
Do you think he just took that in
And this
stride?
makes me really happy. I bet he was like, yeah.
I think he was like, that's fucking cute. Oh no.
I think he was jealous. Eat a necklace for me.
I don't know if he would think that was cute, considering how often Gumshoe has also talked about eating objects in this case.
Maybe he's used to it. Maybe
He's tried
just
to eat the
normal.
Magatama on 2 separate occasions, and he's also talked about eating his coat. I genuinely just think this guy is really hungry.
This man is so hungry.
Did we do anything here other than just learn Dahlia's name?
We learn that it's Dahlia.
Oh, Edgeworth pretends he's never heard of channeling actually existing before, which is wrong and
Fucking-
incorrect, and it makes me so
His
mad.
justification for it is like, oh, it's bullshit because of what happened in DL6, which is stupid because he's also
Yeah,
seen it
which is
happen
fair.
every time we've gone against him in a trial.
I did say this last time,
I
but
know.
like he was very traumatized by the channeling that happened in DL6, and so I think it makes a lot of sense that he's like, I'm simply not seeing that.
It does. I think it's one thing if it's like a one-off thing. I do find like throughout this case there's multiple things where it's like people like there's a lot of retconning that happens, which is okay, but like there's just quite a few details where they like pretend that didn't happen in the past, and it's just like, okay, you did what you needed to for this case.
Yeah, we break Iris's Psychologs. What are her Psychologs actually about? I mean, this is actually Dahlia
we
at this
learn
point.
about quote unquote Iris's relationship to Morgan and the family stuff, and that like, oh, Morgan just married the what's his face for power, and she's so status oriented and blah blah blah, and we learn about like how
We forgot something.
okay.
Something that Edgeworth mentioned. The very important thing that Edgeworth mentioned. Edgeworth also tells Phoenix for the first time that Dahlia is also dead because she's been killed by the state.
Yeah, that is
Oh,
important.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
that
we,
is-
we get clarity on execution. It does happen, it just takes a really long time.
It takes 5 fucking
Yeah,
years
like, Terry
apparently.
was on death row
I mean,
for
that's
so
fucking
long
fast
as well.
for real life.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, Jay. I don't know anything about capital punishment.
Well, it seems like it varies, right? Because Von Karma is seemingly dead.
Von Karma died instantly. As soon as he stepped out of that courthouse, they shot him right there.
Death row prisoners in the US typically spend more than a decade awaiting execution or court rulings overturning their death sentences.
Jesus.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
guess
because-
awful. Well,
Jesus.
Because you have a billion appeals, which is important. Also, for the record,
Oh,
just
yeah,
don't
okay,
do
that
the
makes
death
sense.
penalty.
Yeah, I think blanket
yeah,
statement.
take back what I
death
said.
penalty
I'm
is
glad
bad.
it takes so long. yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
As much
I'd much
time as
rather it
possible
just
to get
didn't
people
happen.
free.
I mean, yeah, but also
yeah,
like
yeah.
they just don't like schedule executions until they want to do something politically often. So they're just like, and then
Ugh.
suddenly when there's like going to be an election and they want to look tough on crime, they'll be like, we're executing 3 people
Oh,
this
God.
month, and like people
Cool,
don't know when
great.
their
That's
execution is
horrific.
going.
Amazing, fantastic.
Yeah.
I love that. That's so good. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, 5 years very quick. in
5
real life.
years. Apparently, 5 years is extremely quick.
Whatever the fuck happened to Von Karma, really quick.
Tripped as soon as he left the courthouse. Tripped on the stairs at the entrance. Poor guy didn't see the ground coming.
Tragic.
Oh, God.
Tragic.
Yeah, this was a fun moment because while you and Hera were having your long theorization conversation at the end of the last episode, Devin messaged me, Ro's gonna be really pissed off about the twins thing, and then I
saw that
messaged
in
back
your notes.
immediately. Yeah, but she's gonna love the ghost thing. 'Cause
I
you
do
were like,
love the
I
ghost
really want it
thing.
to be channeling. I don't want it to be twins. And I was like, well, there's some roundabouts for you, I guess.
You get the best of worst worlds. It's checks and balances, I guess. I mean, like, it's cool that it's a ghost. And Hera, I think you're probably in agreement that it's cool that we do have to cross-examine a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool.
I actually wanted to cross-examine 2 ghosts at the end, but you know, it's fine, I guess.
I just think it would have been cooler if it was dead Morgan. I know that Morgan wasn't going to die because she wasn't a murderer. But, like, I don't know how tough they are on crime. Maybe they do just execute people for being an accomplice.
Do you think it's like a 3 strikes situation
3 murders and you're done.
for conspiracy?
The conspiracy. I don't know.
She's probably still got 1 more left in her, then.
Like, here's the thing. This is the end of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy of video games that we've played. But Morgan is alive. I don't know how to feel about that.
She never killed anybody.
Jay.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm not gonna say the thought that I just had because I don't know how to structure it in a way that doesn't sound extremely facetious.
I want to hear the facetious thought.
Like she's basically a cult leader. she's a cult leader of like 3 people, which is even funnier.
Well, one of them's dead.
One of them's dead, but like she's still giving them orders. But the point is she is the one getting the killing to happen. But like, if she's gonna still be around, I don't feel like they can write her as the antagonist of a game that doesn't have the Faye family as core characters in it, without it like seeming like they massively dropped the ball. Because I don't know if Pearl and Maya and Mia, I mean, they must come back as like guest characters or something, but I don't think they're going to be mainstays for the other games.
You don't think Maya's going to get accused of murder in every single video game?
I think it would be funny if there's like a character in The Great Ace Attorney that's like an 85-year-old spirit medium called Maya Faye, and you get to see Granny Maya. I think that would be great. And then you get to see like 135-year-old Ghost Morgan. That would actually okay. Hold on a fucking second. God damn! I've solved my own problem.
Cool.
That would be really good.
Anyway, as you're talking to Dahlia, pretending to be Iris, Phoenix is like, please can you tell me whether she ever mentioned to you a college student? And she's like, yeah, I heard he fucking sucked.
Yeah, she fucking hated that guy. Awesome. Really good.
God, I hope I remain that petty when I die.
I'm going to.
I'd like to hope I don't stick around as a ghost, actually.
I hope I don't haunt my cousin.
If you do remain petty, you will also be a ghost because the pettiness implies that you're already not escaping Nirvana. What the fuck am I talking about?
No,
There's
you're
a point...
Solid ghost physics.
Physics?
Good physics.
You know how it is in ghost physics.
You know how it is with ghost physics.
So we're doing Pearl's Cyclock, right? That was Dahlia's / Iris's. Now we're doing Pearl's.
Yep.
Let's finish up. Pearl has said in previous games that she doesn't know how to read very well. This like started a gear turning, but it didn't click into place for me yet. But I did have that thought in the back of my head, is that Pearl doesn't know how to read very well. Because the first thing you talk about is how, like, she's trying to hide what she was doing on the night, and you link it back to the note that you found from Gumshoe.
But she got help reading the note earlier in the case.
Yeah, but we didn't know that's what that was.
We know that now.
We know that now. Why is Dahlia a redhead?
Don't think
Because
that's
she has
relevant
red
to the Pearl Cyclogue.
It's not, but I did make a note of it here.
Because it looks cool.
I also think they had to have, because Maya was channeling Dahlia, there would have been black hair, which would have been like not good for the secret Iris is actually Dahlia plotline. So then they needed Dahlia to look different elsewhere, I guess.
It kind of
so
bugged
that
me
you
because
believe that it's
they already established that, like, the hood covers her hair. So I thought any instance of Dahlia being Iris would be that, oh, she has to put the hood on because her hair changes color.
Yeah.
And then it could have linked into the fact that Iris gave the hood to Phoenix because she was, like, having second thoughts about the whole thing and wanted Dahlia to get caught. But, like, it doesn't play into it at all. It's just, like, for some reason in this instance, when Iris turns into Dahlia, her hair stays the same color.
Well, we already know that when someone summons a spirit, they retain their normal hair, because when Pearl summons Mia, she still has Pearl hair.
That is true, yeah. Damn it, she's got me again.
And this is where Pearl tells us that she was trying to follow Morgan's instructions to channel Dahlia, but she couldn't do it, and she thinks she's lost her spiritual powers.
Mountain of trauma just unveiled in this moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is that,
Yeah.
hey, my mom,
Yeah.
who is currently in jail, in solitary confinement, I've been secretly visiting her, and she handed me a how-to murder booklet to make sure that one of her enemies is killed, me, the 9-year-old child. And also, I've lost all my powers, so I couldn't help my mom, the person I love most in the world, in spite of all the horrible things that she's done.
Yeah, and also they drop a new song at this point, and it's called Reminiscences, Pure Pain.
Fucking...
Jesus
what?
Christ.
Things we learned from this. Pearl was supposed to be helping Morgan. Misty read the letter that Pearl had from Morgan before she died.
Yeah.
And I think those are kind of the two main things.
There's some implication that Misty knew about the letter before coming to the mountain.
I think Misty
Yeah,
actually,
she
like,
did.
says that verbatim.
Godot says that he found out from basically just, like, stalking.
Yeah, eavesdropping
Yeah.
on the conversations.
Yeah. I mean,
You're a
I guess he
prosecutor,
was
you can do
right.
whatever the fuck you like.
Yeah.
Also that.
And that's it. That's our last investigation.
The other thing you find out is also that someone opened the letter before, and me, in all of my infinite wisdom, was like, oh man, I bet it was Bikini.
God, what have you done?
Ruined your fucking day.
Time to go to trial.
Is everyone ready for the greatest line that has ever been written to happen?
Did I have anything that even matters before, like, this happens? I don't think I do.
I wrote down that, like, Mia hasn't been in this case one single time, which I was enjoying, and then I was like, but they're gonna bring her back.
Well, like,
And I couldn't remember this,
I knew
but
they
I just
had to bring her back because, like, obviously everything going on with Godot. So I knew that that was always going to have a sour taste in my mouth, but I knew that wasn't going to happen right away. What happens right away is something much more important.
The most important thing that has ever happened to anyone in the world. I can't even say it.
I think you've got the full thing screen capped in yours. Oh no, you just wrote it out. That's good enough.
I wrote it out.
So you are in the court lobby. You, Phoenix Wright, are in the court lobby talking to your Miles Edgeworth. You're talking about how this is really going to be like the end of all of these events that have led into here, from the very first game with DL6 all the way to the events of this game. And Phoenix says, it's strange, on the way here I decided that today would be the end of all this, to sort of surmise that feeling. And Edgeworth, it basically just says, I've done what I can. I leave the rest in your capable hands, ellipses, partner.
Kiss him on the mouth.
Kiss him on the mouth. You've got to do
Kiss
it.
him on the
There has
mouth,
never been a better
please.
time than right now to kiss him on the mouth.
You need to elope right this fucking second. Forget the trial.
Let someone else deal with it.
Francisca defends
It's
Sark.
Francisca's turn.
Everyone gets a shot at it.
Why do we keep making a better game?
Every time.
Every time.
Best line. They're gay, Your Honor.
Partner. Partner? Partner.
Partner.
Partner? Really?
Partner. That's a word with meaning.
Partner.
Here's a question for the ages. One that we ask at so many different intervals. What did he mean by this?
This one I think we know.
I think we might know. I want to know if the
I think
creators
he
know.
meant, I want to kiss you on
Could
the
have been
mouth.
anything.
He's gonna become a cowboy.
Partner.
The ghost of Neil Marshall is possessing him.
No, the ghost of Neil Marshall
All
is
the sort of
possessing
evil
Godot when he
spirits.
started calling women horses.
He's jumping around.
Just like Dahlia.
Just like Dahlia. All the clues. We were given all the clues.
Mr. Policeman.
Oh god. Why do we keep making a better game?
I don't think the better game is there's a ghost of a misogynist jumping from character to character.
I don't know.
I
I
do.
think that'd be pretty good.
Is that not what's happening?
We've established that women can be misogynists.
It's so
Yeah,
true.
it is true. We had a whole saga about that a couple episodes ago.
We did. I think I cut a lot of it because it was making us seem very bad.
Yeah.
Nah, people on the internet would surely understand irony. Surely.
Yes,
Famously.
Oh man. I really want to listen to the bloopers. This is very
There are many of
important
them.
to me. There's a really weird line Edra says here about us making someone sick.
What?
I don't know why this needed to be suspenseful. And then it turns out we made the judge sick, and we have original judge back.
Hi. How did this fucking happen? These two characters did not interact even a little bit.
He specifically says, I think you've passed your fever on to someone else, as if it was a ghost traveling from person to person. It's fun. We had to get the original judge back, and they were just like, we're not giving you
had
a real
to.
reason. Fuck off. Come
It's a
on.
latent fever that affected the judge 5 years after he was in trial with Phoenix when he had a really bad cold.
Yeah.
He has an allergic reaction to Phoenix right now.
I don't think that was the same judge,
Fair
right?
enough.
Was that not Canada Judge back then?
No, Canada Judge was in the Maya Edgeworth run. The Mia Edgeworth
I
run.
thought he was in both.
Nope.
No.
We did not see him until case 2, when we had to break into next door's trial.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's crack on.
Sweet. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it. So the first thing that's revealed is Canada Judge and Classic Judge, they're brothers.
Yeah, because they came from the same clone.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like this is not the first time this is mentioned. I guess it's a new revelation that's been dropped.
Do you think they have their own beef going on behind the scenes?
I couldn't
Yes.
care less.
No.
I hope we never see Canada Judge again. Also, it seems like they have a pretty good relationship based on some stuff Judge says later on.
I don't know what you could possibly be referring to, actually.
There's something they like have a disagreement about how they operate on something, and the judge is like, "My brother was right about this thing. I should be more open-minded." I think it's about channeling.
Canada Judge's work.
Oh, what it is that there's one point where Phoenix is like, "Hey, you don't seem surprised about all the channeling stuff we've been talking about." And Judge is like, "Well, yeah, I've been looking into it, actually. I was reading this magazine called Occult. And it kind of brought me up to speed. Let me share my current working theory. At this point, I believe that Misty Faye has more power over ghosts than any other character we've met. Despite my insistence last week that what we see has been what we've been getting, I thought that Misty wrenched control of her body back from Dahlia and stabbed herself. And then from there, crossed the bridge somehow in some kind of like Mission Impossible stunt wherein she died immediately afterwards, or perhaps during.
Oh god.
She tried to do some like evil Knievel shit over the bridge and just landed head first into the bank on the other side and died.
Well, the thing is that the autopsy says that she fell after she died, so I guess the life left her body after
Like
taking
while she
to
was
the
sailing
air.
through the air.
Needless to say, I do not have a good hold on this case at this point.
God, fair enough.
There were
It's
so
a
many
fucking
like
car crash.
big parts of this case that I hadn't gotten any clues as to how they fit in, that I didn't even bother theorizing because I knew my theories would just change wildly as the case progressed. Because by this point, we still don't really know why the crystal ball and the staff are where they are. We still don't know exactly how Elise ended up getting stabbed. We don't know where Maya actually like is physically, or whether she's in the cave or not. So because of those things, I was just like, I'm not even going to bother theorizing. I'm just going to have to let this one play out, because there's all these little pieces that are really important, but I just don't know what the answer to them is. Because it turns out what the answers to some of them are fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe that someone flew over the bridge, then that's how the ball got there.
Yeah, but
That's
like,
fine.
it's...
That was fine in my mind.
But like by this point, I'd already been like, oh, it was upside down. It was someone falling off of the bridge, or like someone falling below the bridge, not off of the bridge.
Interesting. You didn't believe this was someone crossing the bridge, even if it was underneath.
I think it was someone crossing the bridge, but I still don't know. Like, because if it was below, I didn't think about how they would have got back up on the other side. But they do.
Well,
explain
let me tell you, neither did the writers of the game.
Ghost
Let me-
physics.
They invented a
Physically,
new thing,
it does not work
upside
out.
down catapult.
I mean, look, that's possible if you... This is not super important, so I'm going to get into it now.
It is important.
If you drop a pendulum, it can only reach as high as from where you dropped it from on the other side, basically. So in order for the body to have been thrown in the air 10 feet above, assuming that both sides of the cliff are the same height,
I think they imply that the side that it's thrown to is a lower height.
do they?
Oh,
The
I
bridge
saw that.
looks pretty flat in every picture we see of it.
I agree.
Well,
I
it can't be,
agree,
because
and
we
that's
know
why
how
I
the
also think
pendulum
it's bullshit.
works.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I think they do say like that 10 feet is the difference between the heights on either side of the bridge. But that would be insane because it's a 20-foot bridge.
My 45
It's
degree
a 20-yard bridge, which is roughly meters.
Oh, okay, right.
Look, don't worry about it. It's ghost physics.
It's ghost physics.
It's
Her
not
body is
ghost
lighter.
physics. It
Her
was
body is
dead
lighter
body
because her
physics.
spirit is gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. But well, there's another part of it that's really important, but we'll get into it when we get there. Let's just go through the motions for the time being.
Okay, so what's going on is that there's a hubbub because Iris is making a confession.
Yes.
We get into the courtroom. Dodo is there. Has been preparing Iris.
Mm-hmm.
Iris makes confession. Now, big problem with this confession in my head is that I fully believe that most of it is what actually happened. Which is a pretty big red flag.
Yeah.
I think she is mostly telling the truth here, because what she's saying that she was on both sides of the bridge, which is not true. But she is saying that she took the body on the other side of the bridge and laid it in the courtyard, which is true.
It kind of is true because this is Dahlia talking and she's talking about what Iris did.
Yeah.
So yeah, she kind of was in both places at once.
Yeah.
There's a bunch more weather-based contradictions. I know you like these. It was nice, but like we cannot get into every contradiction of this trial. This trial is so fucking
I actually
long.
went to hell here
Oh,
because
well,
I
never
could
mind.
not figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah, there was some weird stuff where, like, you find out more information and then you have to show the contradiction previously in the testimony. Is that what you're on about, Hera?
No, that's another one that I got angry about.
I don't remember getting stuck on this one. I don't remember what the contradiction was.
It was like you had to prove that it stopped snowing, and the thing that you had to use was the weather report.
Oh yeah, that one fucked me up as well, Hera. Yeah, because it's not. It is the weather report, but only on one specific statement that's like past the one where she specifically talks about it stopping snowing, which is stupid as hell.
And it's insane because there are so many later on that are much more lenient and a lot more obviously lenient, because I got...
Yeah.
Like, there was one where I offered a piece of evidence that is then not mentioned afterwards. They talk about a completely different piece of evidence. That's weird.
Anyway,
It made
so
me mad.
this first testimony is just Iris, or who we believe to be Iris, giving a play-by-play of what happened. She says that Elise was stabbed in the courtyard with a dagger. But we say, hey, if she was stabbed with a dagger, why the fuck she got this big-ass longsword? And we don't actually get the dagger accepted into evidence until after this point, I think.
Yeah, it was behind the tree in the courtyard
Stupid
that we
fucking...
couldn't see because we could only see every scene in 2D. And apparently
So
that's
dumb.
how Phoenix simply views the world.
Phoenix has no depth perception.
Look, we're about to get into 3D with
He has never
Miles
turned
Edgeworth.
around.
He's the only guy who knows how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because he's a prodigy.
Her second testimony is a play-by-play of Maya Fey stabbing Misty.
Yeah, she says the reason that she did all the cover-up was because she wanted to cover up for Maya because she respects the master of the Korean tradition. That's her
Yeah.
reason for, like, why I did all this stuff.
Yeah. And it's very obvious that she's trying to frame Maya
Well,
in
yeah.
this moment.
But she's acting like Maya did stab Misty, but it was done in like self-defense or something. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And because she's still calling her Elise, so then we have to be like, hey, why the fuck would Elise, who is actually Misty, stab Maya? That's her daughter.
Yeah. But then, like, she contradicts that by talking about the fact that Maya's name is painted in red on the lantern. And Godot
Yeah.
says, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's nothing... That lantern's clean as a whistle, he says.
Oh.
And then I remembered the
Yeah.
thing about Maggie's apron.
I'm glad you remembered this. They do bring it up
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah, that's
but...
really nice.
Yeah, they bring it up in the game, but I did remember it here about him specifically not being able to see the color red. Because he's red colorblind, apparently.
It's because his visor's red. He sees everything in red, so then you don't see it.
Yeah, that's what I believe as well.
Yeah.
Even though
I
it's
guess.
never specifically stated.
You'd still be able to tell when something's, like, darker or lighter than something else.
No, it's perfectly the same color.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a bit where Godot has like a really big outburst against the judge.
Godot is very, very mean to the judge in this case.
Yeah, where he's like,
He's so
I
pissed
control this courtroom. I'm in charge here.
He is kind of
Old man.
aware of the fact that he's probably about to go to jail for murder, so I'll let him
Yeah.
off the hook.
Yeah.
I did say he was getting desperate, didn't realize anything as to why he was getting desperate.
In the next testimony, the judge says he just watches the prosecution and defense yell at each other, so he just feels helpless, sits quietly, and waits for them to reach a conclusion, is what the judge says. The judge presiding over the court says that.
Yeah.
I mean, that tracks with what we've seen.
Yeah, I know. I think it's just always worth bringing up that the judge is literally just a bystander in a lot of this.
Something really frustrating is happening during this testimony where you will point out something extremely relevant, and the judge will go, that seems extremely relevant. And Godot says,
No, it isn't.
don't worry about it. And that's it.
Yeah.
It seems like a really effective argument strategy, honestly. So maybe more lawyers should be adopting this.
This is where the thing about the weather report comes up. Iris also starts saying that she forgets some stuff because she forgot because of, like, trauma or whatever. I do really think that they should be vetting their witnesses before they have them testify.
Not important.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
How are you
I mean,
going to vet someone for ghost energy?
It's not even about ghost energy, Hera. It's about, like, hey, can you say what you saw with complete certainty with like unwavering faith? And like 50% of the time, people are just like, no, I don't think people are going to believe me, so I'm going to make up a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah.
Or I'm lying.
I
on
mean, it
purpose
works.
for
We've
fun,
never
and in
seen
this case,
anyone go down for perjury. So,
One of these days we'll get him. The judge is just so lenient. He's such a nice old man.
And this is where we learn about ghost physics, which make total sense.
yeah, you get a photo of the burned bridge, to which I wrote down, I've actually been thinking about the suspension wires on the bridge. I think this is the trick to moving the body. It's bang on the money here. Didn't realize the bridge painting was upside down, but they do tell us. Godot basically tells us.
Oh god, it doesn't make any sense. It's so, like, why would he do
There's
that?
something mean it does here where you've got two pieces of evidence that indicate the cables on the bridge, but only one of them actually works, because you've got the picture of the burnt bridge, which has one of the cables dangling from it, and then you've got the map of the temple site, which has been changed to show that only 3 cables are now supporting the bridge, but only the picture of the bridge works, and I just thought that was mean.
Yeah, I think it's just because the cable is, like, visible in that one.
There's just some fucking shenanigans with this bridge,
Yeah.
Bollocks. Like,
You gotta clarify that Larry painted the thing he saw upside down. Godot is doing this new thing where he drinks his coffee and then spits it out and then says a word in objection.
Pwah.
But because he's spitting it out, he says it funny. So he says preposterous
Yeah.
and ridiculous.
Weird. Then you talk about pendulum theory, and they're like, well, how do you prove this? And it very much seems like you're supposed to present the crystal here, but I presented the autopsy, which says that she fell 10 feet. And they were like, good enough for me, and then they never mentioned it.
I think I presented the crystal and it also worked.
Yes, because they talk about the crystal a lot afterwards.
Oh, okay.
It's so weird that they were lenient this one time.
Very stupid. You get a play-by-play of what happened with the body, and it's extremely funny.
it's so freaky. I don't like it.
It is kind of upsetting, you're right. So it's a series of stills in succession to look like a little flipbook animation of Elisa's corpse tethered to the suspension cable being swung across the bridge and gracefully deposited on the other side. It does kind of feel like the cable has an autonomy of its own with the grace with which it lets go of her bespoiled corpse.
Possessed by a ghost.
The bridge is also possessed by a ghost. It's very silly. It doesn't make any sense, but
Here we are, we're playing Ace Attorney.
To be honest, I would have just been like, fuck it. Like, flying is just as likely. There was a point in my theorizing where I was like, maybe she was suspended by a helicopter. I don't fucking know. There was a storm, the helicopter
think
could have
I
been
thought
behind
that
the
the
clouds.
first playthrough,
She could
to
have
be
been
honest.
dangling on a thing. It could have been that. It could have just as easily been that as it could have been anything else.
There's a point in the investigation where, like, Gumshoe says something like, the stone lantern was upside down at the time of the killing, and everyone berates him for it. I'm like, no, really, that could have happened in this game. Like, who fucking knows? It could be anything.
Could be anything. She ran across the bridge the same way that Phoenix tried to, but she just didn't fuck up.
So true.
Ghost physics.
Ghost physics.
Honestly, the catapult theory makes more sense.
Yeah, there's so much on this case that is just like, they didn't want anything to be premeditated for various reasons, but like, because of that, so much is just, what?
This is the one thing that I still don't feel like I have a straight answer for. Because they explain this immediately after, but then it turns out the explanation for it is a cover for something else. Why didn't they dump her body in the river?
Because that would implicate Maya.
But they want to implicate Maya.
But they're acting like they don't want to do that.
But like...
They're playing 4D chess.
But
they're
they-
saying...
They
They're
are.
acting like they don't want to implicate Maya to implicate Maya.
But like, if they did it and they implicated Maya, they would have been more likely to get away with it.
None of it makes any fucking sense.
This is the big thing that I think sticks out to me as something that just doesn't make sense. Because it would have been so much less effort for everyone involved to just dump her in the murder river. Because then they could have just been like, oh, she fucking fell.
Yeah, but they don't want people to think she fell because they want to implicate Maya.
But then they can just kill Maya some other time. They're trying to do too much at once. They've got too many plates spinning right now, Jay. Like, it's an
Okay.
accident waiting to happen. This is literally what Mia talks about when she's, like, wringing out all of her dirty laundry against Dahlia. It's just like, yeah, you keep trying to do all this dumb shit at the same time and fucking up.
Wait, hold on. The person who actually swings them across the bridge isn't Dahlia, who is testifying right now.
Okay,
So
but
I think that's the reason they don't dump the body in the river, because that would implicate Maya, and that's not what they're trying to do.
And it's like, why does Dahlia know that that's what happened? Like, but then I guess she doesn't. That's why she keeps making
Yeah,
contradictions.
so she
she
keeps
doesn't
fucking
actually
up.
know what fucking
Yeah,
happened.
she is missing that time frame.
Yeah. And we're about to find out that this is Dahlia, although I can't remember exactly how we get to it.
so this is literally the reason that you call it out for being Dahlia is because you're homing in on the fact that someone had to be on the other side of the bridge to move Elisa's corpse to where it ended up in the courtyard. So it meant she had an accomplice, and that accomplice had to be someone who looked like her because that's how Bikini saw what she saw, and that's when you call out for being Dahlia. I really like the bit where you mention Dahlia Hawthorne's name and the judge has like a black and white memory of Dahlia being on trial, and then it like fades back into color. I just think that's a nice touch.
That is cool. Yeah, and Phoenix says something like he's known since yesterday that something was wrong, that this wasn't Iris. And like,
Could've clued
I
me
don't
in on
know, then I just got into this whole fucking thing about like toxic relationships and when people kind of switch from being like that really loving, kind person that you think you knew, and then when they switch to being like really shit and awful and just that like sick in your gut feeling, and then it made me really sad thinking about this. So I decided to stop thinking about this and look at Thresher Sharks instead.
Yeah! I love Thrasher Sharks.
It was so fun.
I love animals.
Fucking great.
Can we have a podcast where we talk about animals?
Sure.
Please.
Yay.
Please. I want to talk about the cold-blooded extinct goats, please.
What the fuck are you talking about? I need to know what you're talking about. Hey, tangent
Later,
for a
later,
second.
friend.
God damn it.
Hang on.
Please.
I'm gonna just send you something on chat.
Thank you,
We can
Dylan.
continue.
Okay, so Dahlia gets a cool new sprite when you reveal that it's her. Godot says death has no meaning in this courtroom because you're interviewing a ghost now. And Dahlia starts talking about how you literally can't do anything to me even if you do declare me guilty because I'm literally already dead, which is fun. It's a fun dynamic that's at play. But she is very willing to testify about everything that happens from this point onwards because she's just like, fuck it. Doesn't matter to me anymore.
She just tweets it all out.
She tweets it all out. I feel like sometimes she doesn't need to do that.
Well, they have
Yeah,
a lot
she
to
can't help
cover.
herself.
She's trying to brag, but she's actually a girl foil. It's very relatable.
Literally, before she announces herself as Dahlia Hawthorne, there's a bit where, like, she interrupts the judge to announce herself, and the judge was about to say, "What are you talking about? There's no way this is Dahlia Hawthorne." And she's like, actually, like, girl, shut the fuck up. You could have been
She
fine.
can't help herself.
No, this is her moment.
She loves to
Yeah,
incriminate
She's
herself.
convinced that Maya is dead because no one in this courtroom has put two and two together to realize that this must be Maya channeling her.
It's so
And
dumb that she
because
thinks
of
Maya
that-
is dead.
Because of that, she wants to be like, hey, I've won. Like, Maya's dead. Like, that's what I wanted. Like, fuck all of you.
Yeah.
She's so wrong.
To which I have begun asking the question: does she know?
Does she know? She doesn't
Does
know.
she know? She has no fucking idea. She thinks she is so winning this right now.
And also, does he know? No, none of the other
Does-
people in this courtroom have any idea.
Do any of them know? Her new
Godot
evil
figures
sprites
it out
are really good.
eventually, and it still takes so fucking long. Yeah, she has good new evil sprites.
Yes.
One of them is kind of like the mischievous Maya pose.
Yeah.
But evil. Yeah.
which is a really
That
fun
is actually a
detail.
really good touch. I
evil.
never even thought about that. She's very candid about everything. I like how upfront and straightforward she's being, because it's very rare that we actually get that when we're in the court. So I appreciate her just laying it all out.
Oh man. I love her being like, my mum and dad suck because they're so selfish and they just use people and they're really shit and they don't care about anyone. Meanwhile, all I've been doing is being really shit and using people for my own ends.
Yeah.
Woe is me. I lived for myself and in the end I died for myself. Like, okay, buddy.
It's fine when she does it.
It's fine when she does
This
it.
is where I started complaining about Morgan's writing, saying that she'd gone from pretty evil to genuinely super villainous since the last case she was in, because it was like, kill one person to reinstate your family in the Korean lineage, and now it's kill everyone who isn't Pearl. But we already had our whole discussion about that, but I feel like that sums up how I felt about it pretty well.
Extremely fair.
Dahlia starts talking about Morgan and Pearl's relationship in a way that is extremely bleak, because she says, Morgan Fay heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams into that poor child's back in one sentence, and then shortly follows that up with, Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl, which is...
Yeah.
The fucked up thing is, I don't think she's lying about any of that.
Yeah.
I think it's really
Yeah.
fucked up.
And it's also like, again, like, just to the parallels is like, Dahlia doesn't care about Iris. Like, she finds her so annoying and irritating and, like, can't wait to get away from her. And it's just like, I don't know. Turns out revenge is not the answer. Turns out love is the answer.
Yeah,
Nodding-
I wrote a note
nodding
about that
sagely.
at the end of my everything. Dahlia's whole relationship with people is that she is someone who feels like she never received love in a genuine sense. And it was to such an extreme when she actually had someone in her life who would love her, her sister, who would care about her as a member of her family. Like, that was such an alien concept to her that she didn't know what to do with it. So she threw it away because it wasn't something she could trust.
And, like, that is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's a kind of weird way of writing a character, and it does, like, garner some kind of sympathy. I think for Morgan and for Dahlia that they're kind of trapped in this cycle of just, like, callousness. But then we keep calling Dahlia a demon rather than a traumatized young adult. You know. Cool.
Yeah, she's evil
This
because
is how the game wants you
she's
to think about
bad,
her.
is the thing, Devin.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's just like I do think she's an amazing villain in lots of ways. Like, not necessarily that she's the best at committing crimes, but like that tone of like, here's someone who's just a victim of a cycle of trauma, doing some bad things, which are, you know, there's some problems with that, but like, you know, she is quite compelling. But then again, all of this is undermined by like the weird fucking thing with Terry, of like, she's a demon who manipulated this adult man with whatever they're trying to get out with this character. And it's just like, but she was a traumatized teenager. And I think that could have had a bit of better writing there to legitimize all of this. I don't know. I went on a massive long thing about this. And then the judge says, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I was like, thanks, judge.
Got it in
Cool.
one, Chief. That's why you're the one behind that sits on the big chair and has the funny hammer.
He has such
Can
a
we
way
get him
with
to do the
words.
podcast
He has
instead?
such a way with words.
You're just like me for real.
Yeah. God, don't say that about yourself, Jay. Come on.
Yeah, please don't. Please stop that.
Anyway, there's a thing that really clued me into how stupid everyone was here, because Dahlia starts talking about her plan was actually to kill Maya, and heavily implies that Maya is already dead. And Phoenix says, what do you mean Maya's dead? She's just trapped in that cave. And then I was immediately like, what the fuck do you mean she's trapped in that cave? If she's trapped in that cave, then who the fuck's body is Dahlia in? And then Dahlia later describes her experience and her testimony as, I materialized into this world, as if she just manifested as a solid ghost, like not inhabiting anyone's body.
Yeah.
I was glad that both of you in your notes were like, well, hold on, that has to be Maya's body, because I was like watching this and I was like, Phoenix, get it the fuck together. It's like
Seriously?
so upset and like stressed out by the idea that Maya could be dead. And I'm like, think this one through.
Yeah, but like, the play-by-play of what happens in this instance is Misty channels Dahlia to prevent Pearl from channeling Dahlia at the same time. And then Dahlia in Misty's body tries to kill Maya. And I'm pretty is this a new sprite when Maya goes like, whatever you'd call it? I don't know what you'd call it. She looks like she's about to collapse. She looks like she's paralyzed.
Exercised, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
because the outfit is different.
Fucked up. The only new sprite you get of Maya for the first time in 3 games is her thinking she is about to be killed by her own mother.
Yeah.
Genuinely kind of a shocking moment. But it did also immediately clue me into the reason that happened is because Dahlia ended up in Pearl's body. And Phoenix is all like, there's no way that Maya would stab anyone. And he says, Maya couldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork. Which is a really good line. He said she's just
So
like me,
sad.
goes in hands first. But it is really fucked. Someone possessing the body of her mother who she hasn't seen for like 16 years, trying to kill her, and then like her passing out, and when she wakes up, her mother who she hasn't seen for 16 years has been murdered.
So
It's fucked.
Pretty fucked. It's pretty fucked.
There's so much in this case where they were just like, we are just going to wrangle every bit of emotional kind of drama out of this that we physically can. And I think sometimes it's good, and I think sometimes it's perhaps a little bit, like, it makes other things more confusing.
Yeah. Could you imagine if Phoenix had like an emotional narrative that wasn't just being a homosexual?
No.
Nope.
Or a misogynist.
Or a misogynist?
Nope. End of podcast.
Godot gets a phone call. His phone ringtone is his own theme.
I would be mad if it wasn't for the fact that his theme is still genuinely one of the best pieces of music in this entire series.
Yeah, I want that MIDI.
It's really
track.
And he says, hey, they opened the cavern and Maya was not in it. At which point Phoenix loses his fucking mind. And then Godot is like, bro, come on, man. Think this through.
Yeah.
And at this point, I wrote, now if I was writing this, this would be the second that Dahlia stabbed herself, but okay.
Yeah, that's also what I said, I think. Is like literally what is
You-
stopping Dahlia from stabbing herself as soon as she finds out that she's in Maya's body. But like her defense is like, obviously this is supposed to be Pearl's body. But I was like, what are you talking about? Pearl is literally like right outside of this room. Like we literally saw her in the court lobby before we came in here. Like I genuinely forgot about
I
her
don't
losing
think
her
we
powers
did see
thing.
her in the lobby. And quote unquote Irish / Dahlia never sees Pearl. But the hair thing would be a giveaway.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Nothing else. Unless Dahlia didn't know what pearls look like, to be fair.
It would be
Yeah, that's
really
true.
funny if she was trying to hide the fact that she was in Pearl's body, but she had a giant pretzel on top of her head.
That hood is not fixing that.
It is genuinely a power play to... Because, like, she gets so mad by realizing what's happened, by realizing that Maya forced her to jump into her own body. Because it's like, oh, you want to try and kill me? Nice fucking try. You are me now.
It's a really good gambit. It could very, very, very easily go wrong.
Very
No,
easily go wrong.
It's all fine.
If only Dahlia was a little bit smarter.
What, you think they're gonna write competent women? Get real, Hera.
Well, the thing about Dahlia being incompetent is that now Mia shows up and is basically like, here's a list of all your failures. Get
Yeah,
fucked.
speaking of competent women, is Mia. The actual competent woman.
Yeah.
But it's funny because she comes in and she's like, you can't be punished by the justice system because you're a ghost, but there are other ways that we can hurt you as a result of this. And she starts saying that, oh, you have literally never been successful in any crime that you've done. And I was like, I don't know, she killed like 5 people successfully. I know it wasn't like her end goal.
Not the people
but
she meant to.
No, it wasn't her end goal, but those are still successful crimes, some of which she was found not guilty of and did get away being charged with. So I would say that technically kind of counts.
Also, we never find out if she actually kept the diamond.
She can't keep
They
it
say
in
that it's funny
hell,
that she
though,
was a
so-
fuck up. But she did kill 3 people, technically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I was a ghost and I couldn't like affect the world anymore, and then somebody pointed out that like I'd never really achieved anything that I want to achieve, I do think that would be bad torture that would hurt.
Yeah, that's true.
Are ghosts conscious when they're not being summoned?
Well, we've had this conversation before, Hera, because we don't know where the ghosts are coming from. But like,
It's
there's a
implied
line
in this
that
conversation
Dahlia
that
says,
they are.
Yeah, there's a line that Dahlia says at the start of
Yeah.
this testimony where she's like, "Oh, I was in hell before I came here." Anyway, Mia calls her a miserable, pathetic, weak creature that can never win at anything. Fucking devastating line.
I made a note here that says, this whole game was just a big intervention for a ghost.
Yeah.
And this is the power of positive thinking, or I guess in this case, extremely negative thinking. After Mia is done delivering just a complete deconstruction of Dahlia as a human being, and also as a ghost, the entire room starts shaking. It starts shaking a lot, and Dahlia starts screaming in agony, in furious anger, and her spirit gets ripped out of Maya's body, as if, like, whatever will there was to keep them together had just been sundered by nothing other than Mia Fey's devastating words. And she, like, gets incinerated by spiritual flame.
Extremely cool.
It's fucking sick.
The part where she's like floating over Maya's body and like her hair is like everywhere.
Nothing has ever been illustrated this illustriously in this entire saga.
No, and let me tell you, it sticks with you.
It does.
Over
It's
15
good.
years.
Fuck me. That has never left my brain this whole
It's so
this whole
good.
time.
But, like, it's not what I was expecting to happen. There is something really funny about if you can just say the right collection of words and string them together in a sentence, you can incinerate a ghost.
It's the lawyer blast.
You just literally roast them.
This is not the lawyer blast. The lawyer blast happens later. This is something else. This is a spirit channeling power, I think.
This is just the power of Mia Fey.
This is a Mia Fey specific power, I'd say, yeah.
This is just the power of like everything you have lived and died for is completely meaningless, and you're just
There is
so
no
fucking-
point to you being a ghost if you are just gonna keep fucking up at everything you tried to do in your life. So,
And do you know
be
what? If
gone.
someone said that to me, I think I would also be incinerated.
Go back to hell. You can't accomplish anything here because you're gonna keep fucking up forever. And she was like,
God.
bet. I will set myself on fire immediately, Mom.
So do you think you wouldn't be able to, like, summon her again immediately?
I don't know if you
Well-
could summon her again ever after that.
I think that the judge says at the end of the trial, like, hey, can
Yeah.
we not try and summon her ever again?
Anyway, she's in another dimension now. There's some new sprites of Maya as well, now that the spirit has left her with her hair down, and she looks extremely out of it. And then she collapses immediately. And then the judge is like, it looks like this wraps a neat little bow on everything. Wouldn't you agree, mysterious prosecutor of ambiguous origin?
And he should have said yes.
You should have said yes.
Mr. Godot, we have to teach you about Shut the Fuck Up Friday.
Here is the thing about the rest of this fucking trial, right? Is like, what is any of this for?
This is because they had to put a neat little bow on
Like-
everything.
This is to find the killer of Misty Fate, which we don't know the answer to yet.
It's true.
That's
We don't know
true.
the answer to yet. And the whole thing is like, what was the plan at this point for Godot? Because okay, this is the thing about his character arc, which is like, he has to get Phoenix to prove him wrong, because that's the only way for him to, like, deal with his fucking trauma about letting Mia die or whatever. So he needs Phoenix to appear to be competent to protect Maya for the rest of her life, I guess. And the only way that that's possible is in a court of law. It's okay. I'm
It makes
fine.
perfect
I
sense
feel
to me, honestly.
it's fine.
The law is so important to all of these people in this game, canonically established, that, like, yeah, that checks out.
There is no such thing as therapy, Devon. If you've got an emotional issue
God.
that needs to be resolved, it has to happen in the courthouse.
In this legal system, in this world.
It feels like this whole thing is just like an elaborate test set up by Godot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Because the best thing he could have done was not show up and let Franziska take over.
Yeah. It feels like
Iris was ready to go down for this.
yeah, it feels like he's ready to go down for this because he's like, well, I've done my part, I've resolved my
Yeah.
issues, and now I just need Phoenix to deliver the killing blow. But the thing is, like, that's not the case. He's still ardent that he thinks Phoenix is a complete fuck up who is the reason that Mia died, and only like changes that kind of attitude at the very end of this trial, but still
Yeah,
sets
well,
this all up.
That's what he wants to... Like, he is working through those feelings by this very fucked up way of, like,
Yeah.
orchestrating everybody.
It turns out when you devote your entire life to a single cause, you don't know how to deal with anything other than involving yourself in things directly relating to that.
Yeah.
It turns out when you do things for revenge, it doesn't actually fix any of the problems that he started off
Well,
with.
actually, it's fine if you do them for revenge and then immediately are written out of the narrative after that.
It feels like Godot doesn't really get his time in the roasting Dahlia Hawthorne section.
Yeah. It's because at
Yeah,
this point they
fair.
still have not said Dahlia Hawthorne poisoned Godot. It has not
Yeah.
come up in the conversation.
Kind of fucked up.
They don't even say, like, when they're going
He's
through all
even
of his
seen Mia at
all
this
of
point.
Dahlia's failures, they don't say, like, you poisoned Godot and he didn't die. They haven't gone to that bit yet.
That would have been a really good thing to write into that. Like, even if they didn't reveal it there, Godot could have just been like, I'm one of the things you failed at,
Yeah.
is you didn't kill me.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we get into this, we have a little lobby section.
There's also a point where Godot says that you are not going to be getting any help from Weird
Yeah.
Girls with this one. He says, some beautiful woman always seems to be coming dashing in at the last minute to save you. And I was like, this is what I've been fucking saying. I have to do this all
New
by myself
theory.
like a grown-up would.
I've come around on the fact that I believe that spirit channeling is exactly what we've been shown. I don't think Misty has any greater power over spirit channeling. Which means the only person that I can think of that hasn't been accounted for on this side of the bridge is Pearl. But I don't think they're gonna do... I guess they could have done 8-year-old kills someone in defense of someone else.
Look, I'm just saying if they didn't do it with Cody Hackins, they're not going to do it with Paul.
But maybe Pearl was channeling Mia as the one person she channels when she needs the help.
That would have been fun.
That would have been pretty fun.
Would have been cool to see Mia with a sword.
Ghost fights.
Ghost fights.
What are you going to do? Convict a ghost? We've been over this.
What are you going to do? Kill
You just
me?
have to burn them out of someone's body.
Yeah.
Yeah. Godot says, well, there's one person who knows what happened, so we drag Maya back onto the stand, and she's doing great.
So wild. This is like a really interesting like cross-examination where it's like Maya, who we've had alongside us for so long, and we know that she's lying to us in court, and now it's just like a very personal thing of like, I don't know, it just, the tone is like really specific, and I don't really have words to kind of talk about it, but
Yeah.
it suddenly just feels like we're just getting our friend to be like, come on, I know you're lying about this.
it's like
Let's just put all of this to rest.
let's get this over with. You know I'm gonna get to the truth eventually, so there's no reason for you to keep lying to me. And I know when you're lying because I know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like we've never cross-examined Maya before. It's a really it's interesting.
The same with Pearl being the last person we use the Magatama on. I think it is also very appropriate that Maya is the last person we cross-examine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Wait, rewind a sec. When Mia in Pearl's body explained to Maya what was going on, is that the first time they've spoken? Outside of leaving notes to one another?
They spoke during case. They meet in the second game. At the end of the other Fae trial, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like a relief to Maya that she can talk to Mia again. I remember that.
I see.
And there's a few splash out of it.
Yeah, okay.
The first note I made after Maya went up on the stand is, "Hey girl, I hope you're not severely emotionally compromised by everything that's happened over the last 2 days." And like, I don't remember what her very first line is, but her very first line indicates that she is extremely emotionally compromised by everything that has happened over the last 2 days.
Whose idea was it to further traumatize this poor girl?
Godot
And then there's just a lot of like, but she's really
gets,
strong,
like,
so
really
it's fine.
hostile with her as well, and I don't get why. Because she is like emotionally devastated from finding out that her mom is dead, and Godot is literally just like, toughen the fuck up.
Well, that's just what he's like.
Well, he also said that to Mia. Yeah, he said that to Mia when he first met her. And the thing is like, yeah, he's a misogynist, I guess. He's just like that. He just wants women to be strong.
Yeah, maybe, you know what, Devin, you're right. He's actually woke with it. he's being a massive misogynist, but he's doing it in a cool woke way.
Can't wait for Jay to edit that out.
No, that's cogent political commentary right there.
Thank you.
While all of this was going on, while the attack was going on, the only thing Maya could think was, my name is Maya Faye, 1 + 1 = 2. Fuck me. That's really grim. She gotta stay grounded. She was really worried about losing her memory, and then gives us the most dog shit testimony.
Yeah.
I know it's because lying, but it was
she
funny.
let something slip that she saw a man behind Elise on the night of the murder, and she wasn't meant to say that, and then we have to pick out who that man is. And I was like, there's literally only one person it could be, because there are only a couple other men in this case. One of them is Edgeworth, who's already full of murder trauma, Loris, who is a cartoonish write-off, and Gumshoe, who couldn't kill a fry with a plastic fork.
Now if it was Larice, now we're fucking talking.
So good. Yeah, let's go.
Like, anything to get anything to get him arrested.
The first person that you defend from committing murder
Ends up being the
in
murderer.
the series is
That
the
would be
one
good.
who commits the final murder.
That would be good.
Larice is actually his twin.
His evil twin.
And it's in defense of Maya.
Oh, so good.
Godot says that Maya's brain is all stirred up like a cafe au lait, and the judge says cafe au lait, is that even legal? I don't know what that means. What did he mean by that? Does anyone else know what he meant by that?
I
don't think I want to know.
Is that even legal?
I think it's the judge's brain that's stirred up like a cafe au lait.
So true. He's just like me for real.
Jay!
I don't like this bit. I'm not doing that a third time.
I don't like this bit either. You stop that. Love yourself. God damn it.
It's true. My brain is
Your brain is all stirred up like a cafe au lait.
Yeah.
Matcha latte would fuck right now, actually. Anyway.
I don't remember if they say this if you get it wrong or before that, but you're like, who is it that Maya could possibly see in the dark? And that's where it finally clicked. The only person at this point in the case who didn't know that it was Godot.
I think there is literally also a scene in one of the previous cases where the lights get turned off in the courtroom and you see Godot's visor light up. Not in the same way that it's about to do, because the way it's about to do is so much cooler.
Oh, so good.
When you accuse Godot, Phoenix is like, hey, bailiff, can you, like, turn off all the lights in the courtroom? And the judge is like, I don't get why you would possibly want to do that. And you do. And you get this extremely sick shot of Godot being illuminated by nothing but his visor. It looks really good.
It is extremely great.
And Maya tries to backtrack on this, and then does a whole testimony that's just gender essentialism, which both Rue and I wrote in the exact same phrase. It's really funny.
Did we both literally say the exact same phrase?
You wrote Maya gender essentialism moments, and I wrote girl, not the gender essentialism defense.
Hell yeah.
She's basically like, surely only a man could clean up all of this blood and shit. It's like, what are you talking about?
And Phoenix's defense is, Maya, it's actually the women that are supposed to be doing the cleaning.
God. My terrible, terrible characters.
Oh my
But Godot
God.
tried to clean up this crime scene. He had to take away so much snow because he couldn't tell which parts of it had blood on. And then, we've remembered something. Godot didn't know that there was bloody writing on the lamp. And this turns out to be a pretty big deal.
When he found out about that earlier,
boy.
he started shaking.
Yeah. I wonder why.
In that moment, he knew that he had fucked up pretty badly.
He fucked up so bad. Turns out, hang on, I gotta find a quote. It turns out the greatest crime
It's the friends
is,
we made along the way.
Where is this fucking quote? Where the fuck is it? The greatest crime. You finally realised how terrible of a crime being painfully oblivious is. Turns out this man was painfully oblivious.
What?
He's realising his crime. He killed someone.
I didn't realize I killed someone.
There's a bit later on where you have to gamble your entire life bar on who the murderer is.
It's a good gambit, but it had no effect on me because I had one pip of health left.
And I thought I got it wrong. And I was like, well, was I supposed to get that wrong? And it just played out anyway.
It's really good how it goes wrong, though, because you select Godot because you know it's the right answer at this point. And Godot is like, I don't give a shit. I'm taking all of your hearts away anyway. And then, like, it plays out like it should, and it doesn't lose. But it's really cool that there's, like, the threat of him, because he is the person who is trying to be in control of the entire situation, just being like, fuck anything you could possibly say right now.
So what goes on here? He reveals that he assembled a strike team because he eavesdropped on Pearl and Morgan and discovered Morgan's plot. And so he assembled the team of Misty and Iris to help him foil it.
Which is just... I don't understand.
He talks about how Misty... Cause the reason he like got the jump on this because he knew about it because of the eavesdropping, and he's like, oh, I've actually known where Misty is this whole time because the government have been keeping tabs on her. But the way he phrases it makes it sound like she's been actively working for the government at first, and I was like, okay, what? Because I was like, it could be believable that people saw magic happen and were like, fuck, we've got to do some like government experiments on this woman.
It's really fucked though that like a ton of people knew Misty was alive, including Godot, and just didn't tell Maya. Just don't even worry about it.
Yeah, this is also the point where he finally reveals that he is the person that Dahlia poisoned, the prosecutor that Dahlia poisoned in the first case. And he does say, it made my eyes fucked up and my hair turn white, and I wasn't declared dead, but I did change my whole identity, and I basically died, because when I woke up from my coma, because I was in a coma from the poison, and then when I woke up from my coma, Mia was dead.
There was no one there to
and
greet me.
Dahlia was dead, and there was no one left for old Diego.
Yeah, and this like
Really
turned
sad.
things for me a little bit in this, where I was like it's hard to get into this because so much of his character motivation is just misogyny, right? But then this kind of turned to me where it turned it over for me a little bit, where it was like, yeah,
it's compelling.
He's insane because he got completely fucked up. Like, you know
Yeah.
what? Never mind.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
If you lost 6 years of your life and when you woke up, literally everyone important to you had been removed from your life, you would be fucked up by that.
Yeah.
And, like, he thought that when he woke up, he was still gonna have this purpose of, like, tracking down Dahlia, which was what he was doing before. And then, like, he couldn't do that. So then, like, he adopted this other purpose of having to be like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna try and look after Maya, like, because I couldn't look after Mia. And, like, yeah, of course it makes no sense. But, like, of course it makes no sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because to me it's like, oh, everything in my life has been taken away from me. So this life is useless to me now, and I'm gonna have to start a new one. But that new one is still motivated by the same revenge that I haven't been able to enact, because the person I needed to enact my revenge from has been, like, snatched away from me. And so, like, I have to create this facsimile of that, but it's still intrinsically linked to the person I was before I got fucked up by poison. It's interesting.
At the very end, he kind of admits, like, I must have known that, like, I was just killing Misty. Like, I know how spirit channeling works, but, like, I just didn't care because I wanted revenge on Dahlia so much. And
And
I had
it could have
completely
been
forgotten
Pearl.
that he said that. And it was like, that really... That's the most interesting part, I think.
His monologue
And yeah,
at
it could
the
have
end
been Pearl.
really, really, like, elevates what could have been just complete dogshit character writing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, like, you know, to go back to, hey, people do insane things for love and insane things for revenge. Like, Godot doesn't know which it was a lot of the time, and he flip-flops between the two, which is why he's, like, a compelling villain who we feel like is also a victim, as opposed to Dahlia, who is just a piece of shit.
I think the thing I said about Godot is that he actually kind of fits in with all the themes of all of the games that we've established. Because he devoted his life to something, he wears a mask, and he does everything for love. And that, like, I think, like, that works. And it bugs me that it's written not great until this very end bit. Where, like, you know how when we got to the intro of this whole case, and we were like, hey, this intro is actually, like, written really well. And this section is written in that same kind of quality, where it's actually being introspective and thinking about the themes that brought these characters to this point, and, like, how they emotionally are dealing with the things that they have done. And I'm just like, where the fuck is this for, like, the rest of the game? Why can't we have, like, it consistently be, like, that interesting? Because, like, I get that it's supposed to be funny, goofy, haha, game rated T for teen that makes the kids laugh and makes the adults cry. But, like, I just think, like, there are so many better ways to balance that kind of writing. Like, get Larry out of there.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the problem, is when that you can't write at that level all the time in any story. You've got to have some lighter moments, and when they do those lighter moments, they revert to cynicism or just straight up misogyny.
It's that those lighter moments just, like, devour every other thought of, like, consideration towards the grander narrative, I think, is the issue. Because that's why Case 3 exists.
They so often contradict, right? Like, I think about how this whole final confrontation between Mia and Dahlia happens while Mia is tits out in a child's body. Like, they often, like, are directly in conflict with one another.
Seriously. It's so fucking funny that, like, Godot's final moments of seeing Mia Fey, the person that he loves, fucking, like, hate the fact that he's in love with her. But it's so fucking funny that those last moments are her in the body of a 9-year-old child with her tits hanging out. It's so stupid.
Let me tell you, the ending of this game is so heterosexual.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost there, but first we have to get through a lawyer blast.
Yeah, the lawyer blast is paramount to this. So there's a lot more talk about how severely fucked up Pearl has been made by all of this happening.
Yeah.
Really wild conversation to have while she is currently channeling her older cousin. The thing is, I didn't make that many notes about the final testimony because a lot of it was just very blunt and serious. It was just, like, elaborating on what happened during the crime scene in a very straightforward kind of manner. Like, Godot was there, stabbed Misty while she was being possessed by Dahlia, and then was the one that instructed Iris to deal with the body once he threw it across to the other side. And that's how...
Wait. You're skipping over something.
What am I skipping over?
Misty retaliates when she is... Or Dahlia
Oh,
retaliates
shit,
when
yeah.
she is stabbed.
Yes.
And she takes the dagger that Misty had on her person and swings backwards.
Yeah, this is the final contradiction that we have
Yeah.
to work with, is that Godot's defense is if he was the murderer, there should be some wound on him, and Maya is the one that is like, yeah, why... Like, there's no time... He wouldn't have had time to, like, change his outfit or anything like that, because he came straight from the crime scene to the courthouse.
Because he was trapped, though.
Yeah.
So if he was the murderer, then he should have some, like, nasty scar on him. And then every single one of us immediately was like, yeah, it's under that mask.
Yeah.
The themes!
The themes.
Thanks.
This is where the all or nothing testimony comes into play. It brings back the fucking main...
Yeah, the old objection
music from
right?
game one. It's really fucking good. Because, like,
So
I think
good.
in
So
spite of
good.
everything that has been in place since then, that music still fucking hits harder than anything else. And you
Yeah.
deliver that final blow, and when you do, Mia's fucking Force Ghost appears. And you both hit him with a lawyer blast so powerful that his entire head explodes.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And then after his head explodes, he tells us he never liked us.
Really good.
And he's so right for that, honestly.
Yeah.
It's a really corny dialogue for a bit before he has his monologue, which is just like, you're living on through him. And I was just like, shut the fuck up. She deserves better than to do that.
Yeah, she does.
There's a bit where some red comes down from the mask and you're like, oh, is his wound opened up or is he crying?
Well, he says
But we're
that.
never going to know
yeah.
because he's a guy. You can't see a guy cry.
Yeah. No, it's like his wound is opened up and he's like, oh, but I can't see red, so these must be tears.
Which
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't.
I can see
No,
red.
dude, you're
It's
just
red.
bleeding out.
Look, the world from your perceptions is unique, okay? Every single human's perspective is beautiful and unique. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. He says the line, the only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over, which reflects what he also said in case 4.
I think he should have ended with turning to Phoenix and calling him kitten. To be honest.
So
The only
true.
time a lawyer can cry is
You're
when it's all
finally
over,
the lawyer
baby
that
doll.
she was, kitten.
Iris comes back and compets the fuck out of the rest of this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's so lame. It's so
God.
lame. This was
Yeah, it
never
sucks.
something alluded to or established before. Iris unveils the fact that Phoenix actually only ever met Dahlia twice, and it was the first time they bumped into each other and the last time they bumped into each other. And every moment they interacted in between then was actually Iris and not Dahlia.
I also hate this, but it is very alluded to because every time Phoenix thinks about Dahlia, he thinks something was wrong with her the last time I
Yeah.
saw her. That was a different person.
Something was wrong.
He
with her.
says that like 16 times in this whole game.
The thing is, the whole relationship was based on, hey, can you give me that fucking locket back, please?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
But Iris is like, but actually I did develop feelings for you while that was happening. and it sucks.
Genuinely stupid.
This
as hell.
guy?
Yeah.
It's really stupid. I don't like it, especially since I was thinking about this whole like toxic relationship thing, and it's not good for either of them. It's not good for Phoenix.
Bad.
It's not good for
Could
Iris.
you imagine
like...
being in a relationship with someone who looks exactly like the person who tried to murder you?
Yeah.
It's so fucked.
And I don't know, it really plays on this thing around Phoenix with like, he really, he has this perfect sense of trust and he knows who is trustworthy always and forever. But like, he was also kind of wrong. Iris, yeah, okay, she wasn't gonna try and kill him.
He was
but she
extremely
certainly,
wrong about
like, fucking
Dahlia
him
in the first
over.
case of this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, I don't know, it's just weird. I have lots of strange feelings about this. Also, like, Capcom be braver and write Iris being like, I kind of felt bad about that. I've never been attracted to you. I was just trying to help my sister out, and all that was terrible. And maybe either A, I don't want to talk to you, or like, I do feel bad for fucking you over. but I do not want to date you in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. Why does she have to still be into him?
Because she's a
Weird
woman
choice.
and they don't
Very
know how to
strange
write
choice.
women.
And
So
also they need to
true.
establish that Phoenix Wright isn't gay because of everything else that they've ever written about.
It fills me with so much dread to think about the fact that they've set up this relationship between Phoenix and Iris.
They do make it sound like it's a thing that is
Fair.
going to be consistent in future appearances, which also makes me extremely worried too. Because there's like a post-credit sequence where you like see Iris in the detention center, and she's like, "Oh man, Pearl was really upset that Iris and Phoenix kept looking at each other." Fucking sucks. It's bad.
Gross. How does Pearl not see that with Phoenix and Edgeworth is the thing?
I know, right?
I
Because
don't
she
think that
doesn't
Pearl knows that
understand
gay people exist.
Yeah.
God.
You want to talk about Compel?
Welcome
Let's
is
talk
terrible
about
to that
Currying
child.
Village and the lineage of the Faye family.
Oh god, lesbianism would have fixed them. Jesus Christ.
I mean, lesbianism literally did fix Mia, and then she had to get murdered.
So true.
Yeah. She was too powerful.
What happens when
Just how
both of the
because she was
lesbians
gay.
can summon ghosts? Well, I guess they would have to be part of the same family. That can't be real.
Yeah.
I think people that are not part of the bloodline should be able to summon ghosts.
I think it should just be a thing people can do.
They need to open a ghost school.
There's a sequence after Iris does her thing where Godot and Phoenix share a coffee together, which is like...
It's so weird. And also, like, the art style has changed very subtly, but it has changed in the last 3 games, and Phoenix looks so baby.
He looks so strange. He's so wide, and he's got such a little head. But I don't know why they put this scene in there. It's cute, I guess. I don't know.
It reminded me of the like Predator like handshake
Yeah,
scene.
it's their way of doing a handshake, but they can't draw them close to each other because of how the game is set up.
Yeah.
Just both of their hands stretching out and disappearing off screen. And then a shot of the judge, and you can see both of them meeting in the middle.
I guess as well, like, we're not supposed to feel like Godot is truly a bad man.
Yeah, but is he gonna get murdered for
Which-
doing murder? Is the question.
Probably.
Probably. You could argue it's
Takes
in
one
defense,
step
but
out
you
of the
don't know how
courthouse and
strict
immediately-
Yeah,
shot.
this is.
they are.
It was in self-defense, but have
It was not in
we
self-defense.
arrested- Well, it was in the defense of someone else, I should say. Sorry. Have we ever arrested someone for murdering to protect another life?
We
Yeah,
no, but it
this
has
is
been
Miles
argued in
Edgeworth.
course, in court that someone has done that, and they were still like, well,
You
that
know,
is the
you know
law.
how it is.
Still murder.
It was the case with Maya where they were like, yeah, someone shot at her, but she did stab that guy, so she does have to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Godot does say that it's the best coffee he's ever had, and is that because it's a coffee shared?
A coffee shared is
Yeah.
a coffee earned. I think all of his coffees have tasted exactly the same from recipe number 1 to recipe number 200. The judge declares Iris not guilty of murder. There is no confessee for the first time. I
Yeah,
think.
which is really interesting.
And then we go to the lobby.
There's so many fucking people out here.
There's so many people out here. They try to make it a touching moment with Mia, but she is still possessing the body of a child, so I can't really take it seriously. The fucking thing she wrote to Maya when Maya channeled her to get her to write a message to leave her advice was, "Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end." And I said, how do you have
Awful.
such unwavering faith in this complete fuck up of a person?
He has never read a law book in his life.
This is the fucking thing. I think I mentioned this in the last half of this case, or in my notes here, but like something about Phoenix is that he never fails. He wins all of his cases, but he emanates such an aura of like complete buffoonishness that it's like none of that success ever actually happened or meant anything. Because like I feel like no one considers him a genuine threat or like legitimate defense attorney in spite of everything
Yeah.
that he's accomplished, because he's just a complete fucking clown.
It is very true. Yeah, it's like, it's so established within the text that he only gets away with it because A, he's getting help, or B, like,
a
sheer dumb
protagonist.
luck. He is the protagonist of a video game. It's the thing.
Mia saying Phoenix will save everyone in the end is also not good advice for Maya in this situation, I feel like.
They worked.
No. She should have said, like, channel, like, a boxer or something.
Yeah.
Channel a polar bear.
Fuck yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Francisca and Edgeworth are both here. I don't think they ever actually... I didn't make any notes about what they actually say. And Loris is here. He's doing this fucking thing where he's still going on about how much of a useless piece of shit and that he doesn't deserve to exist.
Does he have new music?
Is it new music? I didn't make note of it. It might have been. There was quite a bit of new music in this one. Phoenix is like, nah, man, you did pretty good at art, right? And then he says, oh, wow, that means I do have a place in this world, and I've kind of regretted getting his hopes up.
Oh, God!
Yeah.
Maya pressures Francesca into being nice to him, which I feel like she shouldn't have to do.
You know who's not here is Pearl.
Yeah, then we find out that Pearl has gone missing.
Yeah.
What do Von Kramer and Edgeworth have to
Gumshoe?
say?
While you look for that, could I tell you what Gumshoe says?
Sure.
This might have been in the credit bits, to be fair. I'm
No,
not
it
sure, but
wasn't.
it was... In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly.
Okay, that's not what I thought you were gonna say. In this part, he says, I've made reservations at a first-class French restaurant, and it's the return of Trivium. But we never actually go there
Trivium.
because we go off to find Pearl. But before we talk about
Yeah.
that, we should
Yeah,
let Hera
wise.
find whatever Phoenix and
Yes.
whatever Edgeworth and Francisca say.
Francisca calls calls Phoenix a softie.
Oh. It's true.
Phoenix refers to Maya that they've been helping. They tell her that Phoenix fell into the river, and she's like, "Wow, that's embarrassing."
The river that's famous
Queen.
for killing people. Wow, that's so embarrassing.
Yeah, that's it.
Francesca, I think it's Francesca. It's either Francesca or Edgeworth. Says that Maya, because Phoenix is like, man, Maya seems like kind of weirdly chipper now that everything is over. And they're like, yeah, she has to be strong for someone, and then you have to pick who she has to be strong for. And it's obviously Pearl, who has gone missing.
It's Edgeworth who says this, and I had a sudden realization that he's talking from experience because he's often holding his emotions back, especially around Francisca.
God.
They need to, like, get high together and talk it out, I think.
I
You're
think
so
that
right.
Miles Edgeworth would be the most paranoid marijuana user of all time.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got too many flashbacks for psychedelics,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah, that's a very serious point. Pearl is gone. And
Oops.
Maya's immediate assumption is she must have gone back to the temple. And my immediate response to that is, what the fuck are you talking about?
This is
Fast.
Pearls, who ran for like hours and hours and hours to get from Korean
She's the
Village
fastest
to
ghost
Maya's
channel of
first
all
trial.
time. We know this.
Oh god, this is how you know the podcast has been going on for too long. Okay, but like I think when she ran from Korean Village to the courthouse, like there was a reasonable gap of time in which that could have happened in. But this is like, oh
That's
man,
fair.
she must be at the temple in the like 5 minute span since we saw her.
Okay, but it's good thematically because she's like, hey, I'm gonna just seclude myself forever so that no one has to deal with me ever again.
She loves
I
to
mean,
fucking
Bikini
run
needs the help.
and be alone with her feelings.
Yeah.
Bikini needs the help.
Because Iris has gone to jail.
Yeah.
The moral of the story is everyone needs a mother figure. And this is clearly what we have for so many of the main characters.
But yeah, I said at this point when we go back to the temple and see Bikini, I said, hi Bikini, honestly astounded that you're a genuinely nice person with no malice in your heart.
Devin's
I'm
trick.
genuinely astounded they didn't fat phobia her. I'm so happy.
Yeah, they did her good.
She
I like
deserved the
Bikini.
world. And she got it.
But yeah, like, obviously we find Pearl thinking that, like, everything that happened is her fault because she is literally a ball of nothing but trauma.
Ugh.
It's Bikini that tells them about, like, the last things that Misty said, right?
Yeah.
Bikini tells them that the reason that they never actually spoke to each other before she died is because she doesn't deserve to see her daughter because she dishonored the Korean family. Stupid justification.
Really?
Bad parenting. Bad and not good parenting. But it's like, oh, but she did care because inside of the amulet that she kept around her neck is the most adorable piece of art we've ever seen in any of these games. It is so
It is
fucking
extremely
cute. It is adorable. It's a picture of baby Mia and baby Maya repairing the urn of Ami Faye, the one that Pearl broke in the last game that was already broken and then got double broken, was broken by them like forever ago, so it's been broken before, so fucking Pearl didn't even need to worry so much about the fact that she broke it, which is also one of the things that she was like extremely upset and paranoid about for a really long time.
Oh, baby girl.
But it's very cute. And then we get the
It's
credits.
very, very cute.
What do we want to hit from the credits?
Maya seems pretty stressed about being the Korean master and also being the Phoenix Wright office manager. She can just quit one of those.
Yeah, and
Preferably
I think
the first
I know
one.
which one. You want her to quit being the Korean master?
Maybe both. Hey, Maya, why don't
Maybe
you go
both.
back to being a waitress? You seem to enjoy that.
She did
Yeah,
seem
she
to enjoy
should,
that.
she should open her own burger place. She'd
Yeah.
Oh my god, hell yeah.
love
Yeah. Gumshoe also has a heterosexual ending.
Yeah,
tragic.
it's lame.
Sucks.
Tragic. We get to see Ron and Desiree again.
Totally valid
I love them so
heterosexuality.
much.
Calling them heterosexual seems like... I don't know, there's probably something else going on there.
There's something else going on there. I think so.
I don't think
love
you can
them
write
so much.
heterosexual couples like that.
They now own a business where they like consult to prevent places from getting robbed called Cut It Out Please, and then they
Cut It
also
Out,
sell plans
Please.
for robbing places to criminals.
Yeah.
I love them.
Really good.
They're so perfect.
They're
I
literally
love them.
running their own fucking racket. It's amazing.
Cut it
So
out,
good.
please.
Please.
They are the best thing to happen to this video game series.
We see Adrian.
Hey.
Yeah,
it's
we
Adrian.
see Adrian, and she talks about how she, like, still hangs out with Francesca.
Yeah.
I was just like, what the fuck? Guys. I need to know what conversations they're having, okay?
She says that Francisca taught her how to use a whip.
That's great, but, like, considering everything that they've been through, I feel like there's some stuff that needs to be discussed.
But then we've had the whole, like, oh, Adrian's actually just really thankful that everyone helped her deal with her trauma by putting it on a public stage.
Oh yeah,
thing,
but
so-
imagine Francisca being like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fuck those guys, and like teaching
those
Francisca
guys.
to teaching Adrian
stand
to
up for herself.
understand. Yeah.
And beat them.
Like,
Yeah,
genuinely.
great. I love this.
Here's how to
Francesca
commit
being the one to
indiscriminate
tell
violence.
Adrian is like, hey,
Yeah.
everything that's been happening to you is actually the fault of some very specific people, and you have every reason to be mad at them.
Oh, literally though, and you know she would.
She would.
She would.
Francisca
I love
Von Karma
that.
is on the make her worse train. It's great.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yes.
We see Viola. I didn't really have anything to say about her. She's still, like, suggesting she's poisoning people.
We check in with Basil.
Victor is there. Basil is there.
I accidentally skipped her lines. I don't know what she said.
It's not important.
It's about how they hired a new guy called, I don't remember.
Adam Madder, I believe.
Yeah, Adamada, because everyone who works there's name is a palindrome for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Victor is there. Don't remember what he says either.
Doesn't matter.
Actually, he
And then
says
it
that
goes-
his grandchildren invited him over and like made him a nice
Oh,
meal
yeah,
for
it
his
was
birthday.
really sweet,
It's
actually.
kind of cute.
Yeah, it was like, because his whole thing is like I thought I was like a grouchy old man that no one gave a shit about, but like my grandkids threw a birthday party for me and I had a really nice time. It was like genuinely wholesome. And I was like, man, I didn't expect that to come out of that character whose entire trope was that he's just like a closeted megaperv.
What if that happens every year?
His birthday.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh my fucking god.
It's easy to forget. Like, you know, yeah, someone throws you a nice birthday party, but then like a month later you're like, oh, my friends hate me, right? Like, that's a thing that
Yeah.
happens.
You know what? You're right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's so
that's
right.
true.
God.
They go through
Brains.
all of the voice actors. Me and Hera both made a joke about the voice actor for Phoenix Wright having the nickname Grommen.
Yeah, I said cracking cheese Gorman.
Good stuff. Thank you for that one, Hera.
We get one last character.
Old Bag.
Oh, queen.
They dug up
Old
her
Bag
Sprite.
show up. Old Bag, they dug up her Sprite, they revealed her. I fucking love that her bit is that the security office that she and Larry worked in, she sees it and she's just like, what the fuck is going on in this room? Why is all of this shit everywhere? It's really good. And of course she blasts her ray gun.
Woo.
Do you think they included that noise in the Game Boy car. I feel like they have, like, precious space on those things. So including a file like that is like a real declaration of love
luxury.
for that file.
It makes me so happy because I genuinely think that's the best, like, sound effect in the entire trilogy. And the fact that they found a way to shoehorn it into this as well just made me really happy because it meant that they care.
Oh,
And they get some Larice illustrations.
very,
They're really
very
good.
Very
They're really
cute.
good drawings.
Want to talk about the contents of those drawings?
It's the characters.
Oh,
It's the characters.
some characters and things.
It's the characters. Harry, you said something in your notes.
One of them is like, it's Phoenix, Maya, and I think Gumshoe. And then it also has Edgeworth and Francisca there. So you've got the Wright family and then the Von Karma family. Obviously joined together with Phoenix and Edgeworth. I do not remember who is on the other image.
It's Misty, Mia, and Goddo,
Right.
which does heavily imply that Goddo has been killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I mean, maybe he has. I
When
don't
when
know.
it's a prosecutor, they rush it through really fast.
Yeah, apparently.
We don't want anyone to suggest that the prosecutor's office is corrupt.
The horsehair holding up the sword of Damocles snaps as soon as they get declared guilty.
We did it.
We did it.
We
We
did it!
gang. We got through we got through the trilogy.
The
I'm
first
so
of
proud
many
of us.
trilogies.
Oh god.
We gotta rate this case.
This was the introduction to everything that's going to come after this. Everything that we've been through over the past, 18 episodes of this podcast?
Yeah.
God.
Fuck, gang.
Fuck.
I mean, we're
We
more
gotta
than a
rate this
quarter
one.
of the way through on number of games also.
More than a
That is
quarter.
wild.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 11 games, and we've done 3.
Shit.
But we've also got adjacent Phoenix Wright media.
Well,
To
that's
consume.
a different conversation.
The jury's out on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hera's chomping at the bit to do Danganronpa.
I know, but I'm also
What?
chomping at the bit to do the all-women musical.
Maybe there's a world where we could figure out like a bonus episode situation.
There is a world where we can do that.
I mean, me and Jay need to do a fan content bonus episode.
Look, we got shit to talk about. We are going to play Ace Attorney Investigations next, but maybe in between that we do some bonus episodes.
Some silly, goofy shit. Who knows?
Some
We've
silly,
also
goofy
talked about
shit.
playing like a ghost trick and stuff.
That's included in the 11 games. It might be 12
Oh,
including
sick!
that though.
Hell yeah!
But I
That's-
have
Oh, I
very
thought you were
specific plans
including
for
Leighton
Ghost Trick.
versus Wright.
I am including Leighton versus Red. I think it is 12 including Ghost Trick.
I see, okay.
So we're a quarter of the way through. But Ghost Trick is not a long game. You should play this case when you're 14. Extremely important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I change my rating system?
This was a green for me. They had me on this one. So it's like what's the Penn and Teller show where they want to get tricked?
Penn and
I
I
Teller's
don't know, but I feel
Tricks.
like you've referenced it on this podcast before.
Have I actually?
I
I don't have any memory of what happened last week. So
If it wasn't on this podcast, we've talked about it recently.
I think
it's called Penn and Teller Fool Us. Yeah, if you trick me, you get a buy
Oh,
automatically.
That's pretty good.
So
All right. Okay.
Devon?
Interesting.
This was Smoke and Six style. Had a great time. Made me relive all of the angst and brain rot from my teenage years. Now that we're past all of the worst bits of this game, I just got to enjoy this start to finish. Also enjoyed kind of remembering things, but not really. Very fun way of playing this case. I didn't mention this at any point during the episode, but this game specifically is really fun to replay because they allude to so much shit that goes on later.
Yeah, we talked about this a lot, especially in case 3, which is not a good case, but if you know, like, the themes that it's trying to set up about, like, a lot of fake shit and, like,
Yeah.
the people being 2 people at once and, like, all that kind of stuff, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
what they were doing here, but it doesn't really come together.
Did it have to be like this? Yeah. Yeah, fucking love it. Great time. 10 out of 10. Wait, no, it's Smoking Six style.
You can't change a mid rating.
Nobody here's using a 10 score rating, come on.
I would rather die than use a 10-point metric. I think given that this case is the grand finale, and that it is the culmination of everything that has come before, there is only one time slot that could ever be appropriate for something like this, and that slot is prime time.
Fuck yeah.
This is the culmination of all of it. This is like, you saw it begin, you saw it through, and this is where it ends. Hera, don't make me look up what time prime time is.
This
Prime
is,
time is
I
whatever
need
you
to
feel
know.
it to be in your heart.
We're on a 24-hour clock here, not prime time.
Fuck
It's
you,
it's the fucking
buddy.
it's the witching hour.
No, it's not the witching hour, because I don't feel like that's like what you give to a scary game that makes you feel scary. I'm googling when is prime time, you asshole.
You made your bed,
Yeah,
and I'm tucking you in
go-
right now. It's fucking sleepy time, bitch.
Oh my god.
Prime time is 8 p.m.
All right, thank you.
Have you given her the little nightcap?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the teddy bear.
Thanks, Sarah. I'm really fucking cozy and ready for bed, you piece of shit.
We're all really good friends on this podcast.
God, just you wait till I get to my next ranking system, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know.
The next
I
one's
wanna-
gonna
I
be
wanna
the
say some
one.
more
That's
about
gonna be the
this.
one that sticks.
Because I kind of passed it by. I think having a case that is like a culmination of all cases that came before it in this game is really fun.
Yeah, agreed.
And I think a lot of this case did hit a lot of the twists here. I didn't like the Morgan's daughters thing, but I think Jay made a really good case about legacy. I'm convinced
Yeah.
on that front. It just felt a bit too clean for me, and I know a lot of people look for that in writing, but I like it when it's a little bit messy.
I love
Yeah,
a clean weaving of threads.
I love a clean weaving of threads, but there's always like a distinctive difference between when the threads are neatly woven together with like that vision from the beginning versus when it feels like they're just like pulling that shit around until it fits, you know?
Yeah.
And it didn't all feel like that, but there was definitely some of those threads that felt like they came from another scrap of fabric, if you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, I felt like I spent most of my time on the floor complaining about certain twists, but most of them hit, honestly.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think a lot of what I voiced was complaints, but I do definitely feel very positive on this case overall. I think, in spite of all of the stuff that bugs me about this series, and in spite of the now... Actually, Hera, I need you to do something important. I need you to tell me how many hours you've played.
Oh, sure. I thought you were going to ask me something else.
Nope. This is more important than whatever else I might have asked.
77.7.
Okay. Hera played this game for 77.7 hours.
One on a slot machine.
Yeah.
I've played this game... Congratulations. I played this game for 94.5 hours.
Holy shit.
This is not, like, from, like... I feel like I need to say, this is not from me, like, failing and having to backtrack or, like, leaving the computer on while with the game running. This is just because I take my fucking time and write a lot of notes.
I
Yeah,
would
that's
like to
fair.
know what like the word count of your total notes is.
God, it's gotta be in, like, the tens of thousands.
Well, this document that we're in right now is 5,350 words. And
Holy
this is
shit.
the 18th episode of the podcast. Now, this was a pretty long one, but still, you could do some extrapolation from that.
Jesus.
Oh my god. I have some self-reflection I need to do, but the thing is I don't know when to shut the fuck up. So I don't think I'm going to be able to change my ways. Anyway, what I was going to say is, in spite of all of the things I don't like about this franchise, and in spite of everything that... the amount of time I feel like I put into this and what I got out of it, I think, above all, I'm really glad to have experienced this. And I think
Aw.
it feels weird to say this, but I do feel like knowing about this series and knowing about these characters is going to be like enriching of my understanding of things going forward. Because I feel like so many things
God.
make reference and are inspired by Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And just having that cultural cachet as to how this game, like what this game is, how it it were, what it existed and what it influenced, that's gonna change things. And also now I've discovered that I'm like a massive fucking fujoshi for 2 gay lawyers.
I'm so happy.
So thank you, Devin and Jay, for that.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you for coming on
sharing
this
this.
wonderful journey with us.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been such a fucking blast.
It ain't over yet, motherfuckers. There's so much more of the journey left to go.
And I just want to say, like, I love, like, how much we've all gotten into this. Like, we say a lot, like, oh god, we're going to be recording for 5 hours, but, like, I just really love how much we all have to say and all of our different perspectives. Like, even if I don't agree necessarily, like, I'm just so glad that we just have it all out and even when things are terrible, like, I trust that we're going to have a good time talking about that. So thank you for that.
The only time I would consider stopping doing this isn't, like, even if I stop having fun with the games, I wouldn't want to stop doing this because this part is fun. And if this stopped being fun, I wouldn't do it. But because it means I get to hang out with all of you, it's never going to stop being fun.
Oh, that's so nice.
All right. Tune in next time for who knows. We'll figure that out at some point.
Has anyone got a really stupid joke to level it out?
Oh man, I wish.
Well, I don't. See you next time, everyone.
Drive safe.
Drive safe.
Is that gonna be our fucking motto?
Why not? I mean, like, I'm still thinking about you being haunted by a bus, so we might as well just
Sorry?
Important context. I think I'm passing drive safe out of almost every podcast ending that's been in this fucking.
No!
Not sure it's
That
ever made it in.
That's
But we
definitely
do
not
say it
true.
almost every time.
Tip your waiters.
It was in once because
Tip
Harris
your
said it at the
waiters.
end of that one. At the end of that one case that was about a car crash and we all lost our minds. That might be the only one that stayed in. Anyway, drive safe.
Drive safe.